Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of this goal!
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
really well. Havertz is running through, but broken down this goal!
Two goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sticks it through. Jamaica silences the.
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
It's done really well. Havertz is running through, but broken down this goal!
Two goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sticks it through. Jamaica silences the.
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
It's done really well. Havertz is running through, but broken down this goal!
Two goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sticks it through. Jamaica silences the.
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
It's done really well. Havertz is running through, but broken down this goal!
Welcome back, people, to another Sports Blame FSL Sports live podcast. Thank you guys for joining us again today, as we're set to have another good show. It's been a while, as I informed you guys that I wanted to take a slight break after the international window, as I think it's very important. It is very important that we have some level of balance where you take a break and then you come back rejuvenated. Lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about today, people. There we go. Lots to talk about today, people. We have the Mason Greenwood update. A lot of people might have been a bit concerned that Mason Greenwood's mom hasn't signed. Big up yourself, Energy 876, Issa Allen. Let me just give Issa Allen a wrench, because the last time I thought I did that and I didn't. Just give me a second, Issa. Let me just sort this out very quickly. Yeah, a lot of people might be a bit concerned that Mason Greenwood mom refused to sign the documents for him to represent Jamaica. Whether or not that's good or bad, we will find that out. Let me add Issa as a moderator here. Yes, so there's a lot to talk about. Craig Butler, we saw Craig Butler playing victim again on social media. Nothing new there, typical Craig Butler style. He's crying on the internet that somebody pinch him on him leg. I don't know. He's you know how Craig Butler does it, crying out there, just crying, playing victim for everybody to feel sorry for him. After 3-time intro gets Energy 876, you have to just do something on forward, but because while the intro is going on, I'm setting up some things for the show. That's why my intros are so long. It's like you ever watch Sky Sports when it's transfer window time? Sometimes the intro are 30 minutes. The intro today was like 8 minutes. I have to set up. It takes a while to get everything running for this stream, Remember, you see how the graphics them look on the stream, right? You don't see too many streams have these kind of graphics in the space. So we have to make sure everything is clicking. Make sure you hit the like button. So we'll dive into the article as well. But we'll go into this weekend. This weekend we saw some Premier League games. We saw some big hitters going down. We saw Liverpool continuing to go strong with their campaign. But we'll start off with that Chelsea-Leicester game. I think there was a lot of blunders in that game. The referees weren't very good in that Leicester Chelsea game. I think a lot of people found that game to be a bit distasteful. Cole Palmer was targeted in that game. Some people thought that Chelsea should have got like 2 penalties in the first half of that game. Bobby D card over Reed, the Jamaican international. He came out and he had a penalty. He got a penalty for Leicester City, giving them some hope for to potentially get a point in that game. And there was also T got on the ball, big up yourself. There was also another potential penalty call that was missed in that game. We saw Chelsea under Maresca, who was the ex-Leicester City manager, have this team really ticking over. Chelsea actually looked like a team who could compete for the title this season. Not a lot of people expected Chelsea to be any good this season. However, they look the part. They look like one of the contenders this season. So big shout out there to Chelsea. They kind of had a lull season. Last season was a disaster. The season before that was another disaster. But we see Chelsea finally finding their feet in the Premier League. So Chelsea won that one 2-1 over Leicester City, winning that game, propelling them to third in the Premier League. This match, it had a lot of incidents though, and you know, a lot of people are complaining about the refereeing. I think this season in the EPL, the refereeing standards is not very good. People, remember to hit the like button on the video as soon as you enter the chat. Remember to hit the like button on the video. I know it's been a while that I have a stream, so it will take a few more shows for the show. You see the numbers to start going up again. That's how it works. When you're not in the algorithm, then you get pushed down by all the content that comes out in the category. But we're not concerned about the streams or whatever, but we do ask you to hit the like button. We move on to the next game with Bournemouth versus Brighton. Brighton looking very good after picking up a really good win before the international break. We see Brighton finishing that game with 10 men and still was able to pull off an impressive win. They're at the top of the league, but no surprise there for Brighton. Brighton is also, big up yourself, Eddie, Guna TV. Brighton is always that team that's very competitive, starts the season very well. The thing is, I think it's now time for Brighton to make a run for the Champions League. They have another good German coach here who seems like he knows what he's doing, have them very organized, very aggressive, coming to get that second goal to close that game out. So that was a good one to watch as well. Brighton pulling off the win there. We saw in the other game, Arsenal basically got their season back, or the title race back on track again, thrashing Nottingham Forest. A Nottingham Forest who has been a team in pretty good form. And you know that Nottingham Forest is making a move on the sporting director from Arsenal, as some people think that he is a really good, the Brazilian, him and Arteta really build a good squad for Arsenal. And now Nottingham Forest seems like they have big dreams, or they have a lot of ambition to basically go further than where they are. We saw them picking up a 3-0 thrashing, however, this weekend from a good Arsenal outfit. Saka was devastating this weekend, coming off the right-hand side, cutting in. I don't understand why coaches allow Saka to do that when you know that's his strength. Everybody knows that Saka comes down the right-hand side and cuts in on the left. I don't know how they keep allowing him to do that. If I'm the coach, I'm just making sure Saka doesn't come into this zone right here. Let Erdegaard and the others beat your team. But Saka was devastating this weekend, and he's a quality player, really having a really good season. We saw Aston Villa and Leon Bailey. They had to dig deep to get a draw against a Crystal Palace team that's been quite hot and cold this season. Crystal Palace is in the relegation battle with Ipswich and Southampton. Can they hang on? Crystal Palace, a really good team, one of those teams that's been around for ages. They've been in the Premier League doing their thing. but we see them struggling this weekend. Another Jamaican on Brentford, they drew with Everton, causing the sacking of the Everton manager this weekend. So they're talking about potential or uh, Ruud van Nistelrooy or Graham Potter, the ex-Brighton, the ex-Chelsea coach coming in for that outfit. So potentially we will see one of those head coaches taking over the job there for Everton. Everton, I think they will be okay. They are a team who seems like they're in relegation every season, but they tend to find that goal to dig deep and get out of the relegation. Wolverhampton, they are also getting the bearings turning over, getting themselves out of the relegation zone, still in that relegation battle with Ipswich and those teams, but they were able to pull off a win this weekend against a good Fulham team, a Fulham team that a lot of people have as a very dangerous team this season. However, Wolverhampton, they've been in every single game I've watched Wolverhampton play this season, but they haven't been able to pull off the win. However, this weekend, Wolverhampton, they were able to get the win versus a good Fulham team in Emil Smith Rowe and Reece Nelson, two potential Jamaican international. Don't know what's going on there. Liverpool United, Liverpool are is it Liverpool FC? I think Liverpool FC. I don't know, Liverpool United. Well, Liverpool was able to come back in that game against Southampton. Southampton might also feel like they were undone by bad refereeing decision. We saw Liverpool winning this game 3-2 under Slot. Slot seems like he's going to win the league. I predicted Liverpool winning the league this season, and my reason for Liverpool winning the league this season was I saw Liverpool looking way more balanced than they looked under Jurgen Klopp. I know Jurgen Klopp play rock and roll football. Bless up yourself, Father Bling. Bless up yourself, Mr. Special Edition. But I thought with Slot coming in the preseason, to me, Liverpool looked a bit more. They look a bit more balanced as a team. They look like they're able to defend when they're in tough games, and they look like they're able to get the points. We're also seeing Mo Salah coming out, throwing shots at the management at Liverpool, stating that there's no current negotiation. That's the great thing about Liverpool, what I like about the club. Liverpool doesn't allow any player to get bigger than the club. That's one thing that Liverpool doesn't do. Liverpool operates at their own pace. I know they're going to bring Mo Salah back. They're going to offer him the deal. He's going to probably have offers in Saudi Arabia as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool win the title and let go of a Mo Salah. Mo Salah is hitting his 30s. They want to think about how can we sell him? Will there be value? What's the resale value on him? But maybe he will end up with another 3-year contract with the Reds, as he's one of the key players. Had a really good game this weekend. Mo Salah and this Liverpool team and the Slot, they look like they're really turning over. But I'm not too convinced as yet. However, because Liverpool did have an easy schedule starting the season, winning, I think, about 10 out of 11 or having lost in about 10 out of 11 games, they were looking really good. Now their season is really starting to turn over, and they will have tough games coming up. Real Madrid, Manchester City. So now is the real test to see if Liverpool is really that good. All right. So Ipswich United and Omari Hutchinson. Omari Hutchinson, who was a Jamaican international up till a few months ago when he decided to take the call up for England, had a fantastic goal this weekend. My word, what a goal there by Omari Hutchinson. He basically controlled that game. He was the outlet for Ipswich against at Manchester United. Manchester United, we saw Amarin coming in, the sporting coach, playing that back three. A lot of eyes was on Manchester United this weekend. I was watching Manchester United. I wanted to see if the three at the back effect was going to take place. But again, I think Manchester United to me is doomed. It's like if you have a car that has four bad tires on it and you just change one, you still have three bad tires on it. I think the players at Manchester United, something is not right there psychologically. When you look at the Rashford, he scored early on in the game, but he went back to being Rashford. We saw a Bruno Fernandes went back to being crybaby Bruno. Garnacho. Ahmad, though, Ahmad to me is a really good player, really quality player. No Kobe Mano on the park this weekend for Manchester United. But I think Manchester United is going to struggle this weekend. Manchester United is going to struggle this weekend. Amarin, he's set to be the man who comes in and change the game for Manchester United. However, that wasn't had a good start, having a goal, I think, in about 2 minutes of that game. However, it didn't really work out the way they intended it to work out. This weekend. No, we want to jump to another story that maybe there's a little cold water on this story in Craig Butler as he cries foul again. Craig Butler, as you know, he's always crying over something. Somebody steals his candy and he's crying again. A lot of people are questioning what's going on. Is this a Leon Bailey situation with Craig Butler? But this is not a Leon Bailey situation, guys. I have the article here from the individual that Craig Butler is having issues with. A lot of you might be questioning what's going on at Phoenix Academy. What's really going on with Craig Butler? Today, I'm going to just break it down for you guys, and I'm going to give you guys what exactly is happening. Yes, I had to take some refreshment. Refreshment on sale, as they would say in Jamaica. Refreshment on sale. Yeah, man. So we're going to dive into this article with Mr. Craig Butler and the player who is being questioned right now. This is who Craig Butler is talking about. His name is Balgrove. It says Balgrove departs Phoenix Academy for a new start. I know a lot of you would have heard the name before. He's also goes by the name Bikey. A lot of you would have heard the name Bikey before. This is an individual who has been around Craig Butler for ages. Some people said that Bikey basically sacrificed his own career to basically help Craig Butler build up his empire. However, something went off the rails there. So we will just dive into that shortly and let you guys know what's happening exactly, what's going on exactly there. My stream is freezing up and I'm trying to make sure everything is back in place. No, let me just go through the article so you guys could just get an idea and get the gist of it. His name is Travis Bikey Ballergrove, one of the assistant at Craig Butler's led Phoenix Academy, has left the organization and has set up his own football training base at Waterhouse Mini Stadium. One of the founding players of Phoenix Academy, 30-year-old Balgrove, is it Blake Groves or something like that, is currently mentoring three former Phoenix Academy players who has recently left to seek opportunities elsewhere. Grove, who played football in Malta with St. Andrew FC during the 2017 season, said he was approached by players to assist them in their development. And after discussing the matter with his family, he decided to leave Phoenix Academy and venture on his own path. I decided to start my own project because a few players reached out to me and asked for help with football decision. He said, I started with a few players. Now I have 5 more. I am helping them to improve their techniques, football qualities, and their mindset. I schedule my training session with drills I learned in Europe. I moved straight from the Manning Cup competition to Europe, where I absorbed everything I saw and I learned. I have implemented all the drills, techniques, and players' development skills I acquired in Europe, Grove said. He noted that he has a lot of respect for Mr. Butler and does not anticipate any grievance. Well, I think he spoke a bit too early between him and Mr. Butler. I don't think this should cause any animosity between Craig and me. Certainly not on my side, Grove said. I don't have any hard feelings against him, and I don't think he should have any against me. I have just decided to venture into my own, doing my own thing, and hopefully it pays off. Wherever it leads me, that's where I will grow. I will go. Grove, a former Jamaica college student, highlighted that he received a lot of support from Phoenix Academy graduates and Reggae Boys winger in Leon Bailey. I heard that Leon Bailey was also training with the player, with the coach. He said that Bailey, who plays for Aston Villa in England in the English Premier League, recently trained with a group of boys at Waterhouse Mini Stadium with the help of Leon Bailey. He assists with drills and other training aspects. I have also observed his training from Belgium club Genk to German club Bayern Leverkusen and Aston Villa, picking up drills from all those places and implementing them into my own program, Grove said. He's currently working on his coaching qualifications and training 10 players with the plans to add more in the future. I am open to more players, but not too much, he said. I'm doing my thing privately, and my biggest squad is about 10 players. I'm not looking to go past 10 this summer. Some of the current players want to go to college and some wants to go professional. I am helping them to prepare for the preseason, and that is my focus, he asserted. So there you have it, people. The former Jamaican college player, he has ventured out and set up his own thing. Well, this is freezing. It will be back now. It's because I had some other pages open. So this has been freezing up. I think in about 3, 2, 1, we should be good again. So Craig Butler is crying. Craig Butler is crying that this young man has gone off and basically has done his own thing. So it seems that Mr. Butler wanted the guy to just stay at Phoenix and train the players. I've been hearing about this guy Bikey forever. I've been hearing about the guy Bikey, and it seems like Bikey has gone off to do his own thing. And the problem that Mr. Butler ran into now is Mr. Butler wasn't the one coaching the players. Craig Butler wasn't the one who was actually coaching the players. This is the guy who's actually coaching the players. So what do you think? A lot of these youngsters at Phoenix Academy, they have respect for Bikey. So a lot of them thinks that, listen, Bikey can get my game up. However, though Craig Butler has the connections to get the players overseas, if you're not good enough, you're not going overseas anyways. So what does Craig Butler really do? Stay on the sideline and yell, push up, press them, man, press them. It doesn't really work like that. It's about the drills, setting up coaching sessions, and getting players to improve their game. So it seems like Bikey was the man behind the master plan. As you know, Craig Butler was on Instagram just crying, talking about how ungrateful the guy is. So it seems like Bikey was supposed to stay at Phoenix and basically not have any aspiration to be his own man. And that's Craig Butler for you. That is Craig Butler for you. He didn't want the young man to leave Phoenix Academy. He wanted the young man to stay there, keep coaching, while Craig Butler put his kids. I never saw Bikey ever on an interview. I've never saw Bikey on Sports Max. I never see Bikey on Center Circle or whenever them show it. I've never seen Bikey on TVJ. Yet he's the one coaching the players. You see a Kyle Butler. You see his daughter. I don't remember what his daughter name is. You see his daughter. Those are the people. Why should Mikey stay there and make Craig Butler's family look great while he's in the background sweating, running up and down, picking up players, dropping them off to training? And that's just to tell you that Craig Butler is a narcissist. He definitely wants to control everybody around him. He wants to control their lives. And here's a youngster. It was inevitable. The guy has aspiration. You see me I say? Shaky and Bikey. No, I just know him Jay. I just know him as Bikey. I've been hearing about this Bikey guy for a long time. I heard that Bikey had a lot to do with Dujon Whisper's development. I heard that Bikey has a lot to do with the youngster that's going to Chelsea right now. That Bikey was the one training all those players. You see me I say? Bikey was the one training all those players. So does Bikey stay at Phoenix while Kyle and Casey them gets all the big interviews on Sportsmax? They're the CEO, they're Jesus Christ, while Bikey's in the Sun Hat training the players? No, I don't think so, Mr. Butler. I don't think so. You should have just... Why did Leon Bailey go there to train with Bikey? Why did Leon Bailey go to Waterhouse to train with Bikey? Why wasn't Leon Bailey working out with Craig Butler if Craig Butler is the quote-unquote big coach? Because Leon Bailey knows who's actually doing the work. He knows that this kid, Bikey, is the one doing the work. That's why Leon Bailey went there to train with him. And I'm sure Leon Bailey will also help him in a monetary way to help this youngster get to his goal. Because I heard that this guy basically gave up his career in Malta to come back and coach for Craig Butler to develop his players. What does Bikey get? Does Bikey have royalties in a Dujon Whispers contract? Does Bikey has royalties in a Leon Bailey's contract? Does Bikey get a kickback every time Leon Bailey makes a transfer? We're not sure about that. So I'm sure this guy's family is telling him, like, listen, you're going to stay up a Butler yard and drink pigeon soup and in a Sun Hat every day run up and down with football players while you are just a guy behind the scene. People, nobody wants to stay behind the scene for the rest of their lives. Nobody wants to stay behind the scene for the rest of their lives. And that's this story here explained to you exactly how Craig Butler thinks. This story here, this wasn't something that Butler needed to go on Instagram and tell the world. This was not a story that Craig Butler had to tell everybody that you want to crumble my empire and all this. The young man just left. That's it. The man leave. The man left. The man gone. You come on Instagram, it's always this victim. Get another coach or get up off your ass and go coach the player them yourself. You said you're a better coach than Rudolph Speed. You can win World Cup with Jamaica. All these things. Go out there and develop all these players because you're the man. That's how listen, it's the same thing with all the big major companies. You think that Steve Jobs developed the iPhone? You think that Steve Jobs developed the iPhone? No, it was some nerds who was behind the scene. Some people would go to MIT and all those universities. Some nerds from India and all those places. They're the ones who developed this iPhone that you have in your hand. But guess what? When the rollout comes, you see a Steve Jobs on your screen telling you about a new feature for iPhone. This is nothing new. Elon Musk didn't build the whole system for Tesla. These things are done by people, faceless people that you never see. Engineers. These are the people who get the job done. A lot of times, the people you see on your TV screen taking all the credit, they are not the people who are doing the work. They are not the people who are doing the work. In a lot of these major companies, these are not the people who are doing the work. And it's the same thing for Craig Butler. Bikey wanted to move on. That's it. The kid wanted to move on. So Craig, people, what happened in the game yesterday between Veer and Arnett Gardens? I didn't get to watch the game. Sportsmax has this block on the thing. What's the score line in the Arnett Veer game yesterday? I didn't get a chance to do that, because Craig Butler said his season has started now. That the schoolboys, and I promise you one thing: schoolboys are not coming into the Jamaica Premier League and dominate anything. May I tell you that? Oh, see, the 2-0, Arnett Garn beat them. Arnett Garn beat them, Ricardo. Thank you, dear Ricardo Stewart. Little boy not coming into the JPL and win nothing. You're playing against big man. Soon as they come into the JPL and play against Arnett Gardens, a Waterhouse, they're going to realize that this is big man football. This is not Upper Mona where you run up and down and you beat St. Diego or some team or Kingston College. You're playing against grown men who are trying to feed their family on Sundays. So I don't know. When he said his season started, I was thinking, like, does he actually think he's going to dominate the Jamaica Premier League? And I'm not saying that the Jamaica Premier League is this amazing league. All right, so Ricardo Stewart said these players look confused yesterday. They're playing against a well-drilled Arnett Gardens team. Remember, Arnett Gardens, I think they went to the semifinals last year of the JPL. They were in the Caribbean Cup last year. They had players like Kyle Dixon who moved on. They had players who in Reed who got a senior call-up last season. So Arnett Gardens is a very good team. And Arnett Gardens is not just a good team. Arnett Gardens is one of the teams in Jamaica who is actually trying to put the ball on the ground and play the football. So I don't think Craig Butler understands. He thinks he could actually win the league because he said his season start. And I think he's just going to get these beaten left and right. When he plays a Mobile United again, they're going to discipline him. When they play Cavaliers, they're going to get disciplined. When they play a Tivoli Gardens, they're going to get disciplined. I think a Racing looks like they could beat anybody on their day and lose to the worst team in the JPL. So I wasn't buying that at all. No, on to the Caribbean Cup, people. On to the Caribbean Cup. I think the Cavaliers will be playing in the finals. Congratulations to Rudolph Speed. I think he sent me the roster for the team, for the Cavaliers team. I hope the Cavaliers team will do better. Ricardo Stewart says, big man ball game playing and every team looking better every week. Yeah, bro, there's no way you're going to take a bunch of Manning Cup boys and beat them big man in a JPL. Them big man in a JPL might not be the most tactically astute players, but physicality does count in football. And as soon as one of them big man they clot you, you realize a big man is, if you and your friend a fight and the 215 on a box on one another, that's just gonna get some little box till a big man catch and box in their ears. It's a different box. Your ears are ring for years. So that's what's happening to Veer. Craig Butler should just humble, get the experience, get his players the experience in the JPL this season, and then next season try to compete. Don't try to come talk about how great this Veer team is going to be. And Lenny Hyde just look like people. Lenny Hyde, big up yourself, Sherman Scott. Lenny Hyde just look like, is it me that Lenny Hyde look like, when you're in a cult, when you're in a cult and you can't talk with the cult leader? Why does Craig Butler has to be a part of every interview that Lenny Hyde does? Like, we feel like Lenny Hyde even afraid to talk. The man just look like some little coward. Like, Lenny Hyde, when you ever watch them thing there with some people, the FLDS church in Utah, them cult there, and the people them can't talk. I just saw Lenny Hyde look when Lenny Hyde is around Craig Butler. I think for Lenny Hyde to succeed or to have achievements at Veer United, he must push Craig Butler from side and out of the camera next season. And video still on Phoenix Liquor Youths used to run on it red. That was then. It's not the same. I don't understand what's going on with Lenny Hyde. For Lenny, money talks, JT, so Craig run things. Yes, I do agree with that, Eddie Guna, that Craig Butler run things. But for Lenny Hyde to basically I think really put his imprint because I think that Lenny Hyde and Craig Butler's style of football is actually two different things. I think that Lenny Hyde football, you see it at Clarendon College, is this ball possession, knocking the ball around, and then basically infiltrating your opponent, breaking them down the middle. While Craig Butler's approach, what I see at Mona is more of a gun ho, press, high, get the ball up the field. So I think the two coaches there they don't complement each other. I don't think Craig Butler and Lenny Hyde Lenny Hyde just stand up like some like an idiot. Like Lenny Hyde just the man look like him in a cult. Like Craig Butler, like me don't know dog. Like Craig Butler have a gun behind him. Like what's people? Conrad, what's going on with Lenny Hyde? Every time the man I do an interview, like Lenny Hyde, I feel like Mickey and talk. So like you see me and say like him have to Mickey and talk if make Craig Butler talk to. Like it's crazy. I don't even bother listen to Lenny Hyde. Lenny Hyde is a little puppet. The man is a little puppet. Lenny looks lost. No, like when you see man and them little youth a road, man no look, bro. Jay, that's what I saw. I thought I was the only because people always I say JT Taylor always bring up some things where not necessarily. Bro, every time I see it on my screen, it doesn't look right, dog. It doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look right to me. The good head coach in Lenny Hyde just look like Craig Butler have him on silent. It's crazy. It's like Craig Butler have the man every time Lenny Hyde have to make a and talk and just turn to Craig Butler. I'm like, so Craig Butler wasn't even supposed to be on the sideline coaching. Him basically a coach on the sideline every week now. Like Lenny Hyde just look like some little pitney where give trouble at school and them parents carry them in and the teacher talk and Lenny Hyde just hold on him head. Like what's going on with the big Lenny Hyde? Lenny Hyde just make Craig Butler just have him like some little idiot. I don't know. It's crazy. The man run money and Lenny just keep him mouth shut. Gangster talking, that has to be. People, remember to hit the like button. We're already 44 minutes into the show and we're moving nicely along. We went over the EPL roundup. We talked about Craig Butler cries fall with it was this guy called Bikey. He left the Phoenix Academy. We went over that. We went over the Caribbean Cup. Not much to talk about there. The finals. Cavaliers is in the finals. Rudolph Speed has a pretty good team that I think will compete very much, very well this season. They have a few players out of the Caribbean. Some of those players out of the Caribbean at Cavaliers look really good. But Lenny Hyde need to fix up, bro. Lenny Hyde need to fix up. Yeah, man. Owen, it was Bikey. So Bikey, I read out the article. Bikey has left Phoenix Academy and started his own thing. Leon Bailey trained with him at Waterhouse. So Craig Butler is out there crying. More while the interviewer addressed a question to the coach and Craig Butler have a touch for him realize him, the coach. Yeah, bro. It's very crazy. Like, I don't know what's really happening with Lenny Hyde at Veer United. Craig Butler have the man under wraps. Like the man just it's weird. Like Mr. Lenny Hyde on my TV and I say, this is not Lenny. Like Lenny is in a cult. Lenny can't talk. Like, what's going on? You see me, Craig Butler just take over the interview. The man just love the spotlight. And this is the same reason why Bikey probably left. Bikey is doing all the work behind the scene, and Craig Butler eats up all the media space, takes all the attention. Who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? You see me? Who wants to do that? You did your coach every day. You a coach up, whisper them. You coach up all of these players, and them go to Chelsea. I would love to talk to Bikey. He probably wouldn't say it, but I would love to know if Bikey has royalties in a contract like a Dojon Whisper. Does Bikey get a kickback for actually helping to develop these players? Is Bikey gonna get Is Bikey gonna get a kickback from the next youth that's going to Chelsea? No, I don't think so. I think Bikey is just a little slave, and I think Craig Butler got upset because Leon Bailey went and trained with Bikey, and his Phoenix players are going to train with Bikey. The players know that Bikey is the real coach. That's what's happening. The players know that Bikey is the real coach. Craig Butler did very well in the Manning Cup, winning the Manning Cup last season. He said he would have won it. He did. He did won it, but he also had good assistant coaches. Similarly to Theodore Whitmore. Theodore Whitmore at Mount Pleasant had good assistant coaches. Theodore Whitmore at is it Mobile United? Where is he? Mobile High, or is he at Rossies? Is he at Rossies or Mobile High? I know he's down there in the West, but he's not getting the result because you need to have good assistant head coaches, assistant coaches next to you. You need to have good assistant coaches next to you. So that's it on Craig Butler. We will touch a little bit on Steve McClaren. I did get an interview from Steve McClaren. I see that Simon Preston, good job there by Simon Preston, tried to basically, sorry people, I see that Simon Preston tried to basically put out the flames a little bit by leaving some positivity with us from Coach Steve McClaren. So I will play an interview by Steve McClaren. Steve McClaren when he left, right before he left the Jamaican, the international window. So Cornwall College, you almost feel sorry for Lenny Hyde, says Eddie. Yeah, bro, me feel sorry for Lenny Hyde. It's like a big joke. It's literally a big joke. Let me see if we can find this interview by Coach Steve McClaren. I don't think this interview was like a last minute interview from Simon Preston. Simon Preston, I think, wanted to just, quell the noise a little bit and let the fans know that everything is still on track. Now that we have gotten some time for ourselves, I can't really come down much harder on Steve McClaren. It's more going to be about when Steve McClaren comes back, did he learn anything from his last window? Does Steve McClaren comes back and he's still Steve McClaren and he just comes back and talk a bunch of nonsense? That's what we need to find out from Steve McClaren. So here, people, let's just listen to Steve McClaren here a little bit. This is his recap for the international window.
Reactions to last night against the United States?
Disappointed, really disappointed in result, performance, especially the first half. But we knew it was going to be a difficult game. I think we missed our opportunity in Jamaica. We need to come out of that game even or winning to give us a chance. We didn't start well the first half. And basically, the US were better than us on the night, especially the first half.
Well, on people.
We had problems in terms of a little passive. We need to be aggressive. That's one of our principles. We need to defend well. We defended poorly. And deal with the ball and take the ball, keep the ball. We kept giving it away, causing problems, and conceding two goals early and a third before half-time. So it was a mountain to climb. But the changes at half-time in personnel, attitude and shape gave us an opportunity in the second half to show what we are capable of. Whether the pressure was off by then and we played with a little more freedom, I don't know. But we certainly played with courage in the second half, something we've talked a lot about. And 3-1, opportunity to make it 3-2 a couple of times. The 4-1 really dampened our spirits. But we still fought and came back. And I said after the game, that's the benchmark. That's where we want to get to. And for me, it's it's disappointment, but part of the process, because disappointments and results like that are part of the process. And we learned probably more from the 2 games against the US than we did in the other games. So we take the positives from it, dust ourselves down, get ready for March.
So 3 windows now with Jamaica. How has the experience been? The players, the staff, everybody, really.
From day one, the experience has been fantastic.
People, hit the like button on the video. Please hit the
Really
like button on
enjoyed
the
coming
video.
into camps. Really enjoyed the first time the players met. I said, wow, they've got something. The vibe, the energy within the room was just electric. Everyone pleased to see each other. And I think what it is for the players who actually join up, it's an opportunity to come back to Jamaica and be Jamaican. And you could see that's what they enjoyed. In Europe, I suppose the US, it's a different culture. And in different cultures, you have to adhere to that culture. You're not surrounded by many of that culture yourself. But when you come together as a group, you could see that, yeah, these were real Jamaicans coming together and expressing. They're always smiling. They're always positive, argumentative, vocal. But that adds to the energy which they've got in the room. So working with the players has been a delight from day one. In terms of buying into what we want to do and the philosophy, way of playing, the principles, they've tried to take that on board from day one. And I think we've made progress in terms of that kind of thing. The staff have been great. The JFF have been very helpful.
Tell us a little bit about what the plans are like between now and March. What is the short-term, medium-term things prior to March?
I think what we try to do, and we will do from now to March, and the first thing we need to do is just to reflect on what we've learned. In the 3 camps, in the 3 months, we've learned one hell of a lot. And we've tried a lot of things. And
People, let's get the video up to 100 likes, people. Let me see the likes on the video, because that's another thing, people. It's that's not what's happening on YouTube, where fans are not liking the show. It's letting that's why you see YouTubers are doing less content. It's like they are spending their time creating content, and the people them don't want to hit the like button on the video. People, let's get the video up to 100 likes. We only have 60 likes on the video. We only have 60 likes on the video, and it's 100 and odd of us in here. So let's just get the likes up on the video. The people who haven't, that's why the YouTubers are not making a lot of content as much, because people are just not hitting the like button. We're sitting here for 3-4 hours. Come on, people, man. Let's do better. Hit the like button on the video, please. Thank you.
Process and the target and the vision is World Cup 26. So we're on that road, we're on that journey, and we're on that. It's an up and down journey. It started in Cuba and a disappointing draw. We're very pleased with the performance. And it's ended with a disappointing defeat against the US. But kind of in between, we've kind of developed ourselves and learned that about the players. We've tried 37 players. That is a lot.
People, you think that's
as possible.
You think 37 players is a lot? You think 37 players is a lot? Steve McClaren is saying that's a lot of players. I don't think that's a lot of players. I think he had to do that. I think Steve McClaren had to try 37 players, because you need to know who's going to be your team. And we're going to touch on Meron Garden after this as well, when this press conference ends.
To try as many things as possible in preparation for the World Cup 2026 campaign. So we've been doing that a lot about recruitment, watching players, bring players into camps, all kinds of problems that we get with that. And we've done that. What we've learned is that we, as a JFF, not just from the top, the staff, the players, we need to continue to keep the connection with the fans and the culture, because yes, the Jamaicans come here and they're straight away into the culture. We are new to this. And the connection with the fans is so important. And I think we've seen that, the last attendance against the US, what an atmosphere. It's great to play in front of the fans. And the players really talked about that, the vibe within the stadium. So we concentrated on that. We've tried to do things. We've tried to get close to people, and we're going to do that in the future. We had a visit with a team to Bob Marley Museum. A fantastic, great education. We came away from there, feeling elevated that we're closer to the Jamaican culture and what the people are all about. We've got to really continue that. But what we need to do now is bed down our principles in the way that we play. And so for this period from now until March becomes vitally important, because we know where we're going and we know we're on the road. We know that the process will be long. We know next summer is very, very important. And if we can qualify for the Gold Cup in March, we have 2 World Cup qualifiers and the Gold Cup in preparation for 6 games to qualify. So I'm really excited about that. I think there's 3 things that we have to do. Number 1 is, now we've time in between, that we need to, what I would say, not miss a talent on the island. I've seen a few games, not enough. I've seen a few local players who have come in on Merrin Gordon's initiative.
You heard.
This gives me an opportunity.
You heard what the coach says. Some local players came into the team on the Merrin Gardens initiative. This is the coach's own words. That some new players has come into the team locally under Merrin Garden. So Merrin Garden is the one who's recommending the local players
to come over. And I think what we plan to do, and they've done it in the past, is to have a squad of island-based players, maybe US-based players, and have a little mini camp where we can get the local players together, work with them for a week, and maybe play 2 games. They've done that in the past. I'm really looking forward to that, because I've seen some games, Cavaliers, unpleasant, and yeah. Oh, and by the way, good luck to the Cavaliers in their quest for the final and then winning the Caribbean Cup. I'm looking forward to watching that and wishing the Mr. Speed and his team the best of luck for that. And I've seen talent in that team, Mount Pleasant, young players like Angelin has come in. See Richard King making his first appearance for us last night. Very impressed with that. So there is talent here, and we've got to make sure that we don't miss any. So that's one thing that we aim to do. The other is recruitment. We talked about preparation for the World Cup, qualification. We need better players. I'm not saying better players, but more players suited to how I want the team to play. So we're going to be searching.
All right, that's a good. So here the coach is saying there he needs players who are suited for his system. So I think some of the players in the team should really take a look at themselves. What the coach is saying, that some of these players, he's saying basically by not saying it, that some of these players are not. Big up yourself, God bless. Some of the Eagle Republic, Tafari, Dan, big up on yourself. the coach is basically saying some of these players that are in the team, they're not carrying out his system.
Okay, and the US to make sure we don't miss a talent, and that talent must be better than what we've got. That's the key thing. We've got a good squad at the present moment, great attitude, good players, and the only people we want to bring in are people who are better and can add to that squad.
Thank you.
So in terms of recruitment, that becomes vital. We've tried a lot of players. We need a certain squad of players. I would say 33. So three players in each position, and we pick from that pool. So it's quite a big pool, and we have 23 for each camp. So we need to do that. A squad. We need to have a detailed plan with the JFF going forward, and we need to nail down our principles. And what we talked a lot about to the players at the beginning was the way that we played and how we want to play, and what will take us to the next level. Because I think the last 2 or 3 years, the team has progressed enormously and reached a certain level. And somehow we've got to go above that level in terms of qualification for the World Cup. We've got to really be a way of playing that will get us there. And we're working on that, on our principles. And basically, it's all about attitude and commitment, work rate, 11 attackers, 11 defenders. It's about being a team that's hard to beat, that no one likes playing against. And I think, that's been typical over the last 2 or 3 years, that Jamaica, even the big teams, hate playing against Jamaica. And I think that's got to continue. But the big thing for me, and the big lesson we learned from last night, is we have to deal with the ball better. We're not, I'm not saying that we want to be a possession-based football team, but I'm certainly thinking that every player should be able to deal and handle the ball, build up from the back, progress through the thirds, and finish attacks. And it's one area in which we definitely need improvement. So that's development within the squad, and that's also recruitment, maybe, of players who can actually help us in that. Because I think to go to the next level, to compete with the top teams, you saw that. I saw that last night against the US. Every one of them players, top players, they play in Europe, they're playing top teams in MLS. They can all deal with the ball. They're all technically and tactically astute. And I think that's what the next level is. We need to give to this squad so that we can adapt in terms of shape, in terms of the opponent. And we talked a lot about that at the beginning, especially this camp, that we needed to adapt to the US. And we're capable of doing it, and capable of that level. Because when you look at the results against Honduras in the away game, and you see Honduras, the way that they performed against Mexico, we had the courage to deal with the ball, take the ball. And therefore we win games like that. That's how you win big games. So that's the goal. I'm looking forward to a little break now, which will be a couple of days, and then onto recruitment, catch up with the present players, but also a drive to get players who can improve us, continue to work with the JFF, and don't miss a talent on the island. And I think that's important. But the most important, and we've got to thank the fans who from day one have supported us, got behind us, come with our disappointments and ups and downs. But it's a journey, it's a process, and it will continue.
There you have it, people. That was Steve McClaren giving his recap on what took place in the international window. People, let me know in the comment section, do you think that 37 players is a lot of players? as Steve McClaren said, he needs at least 33 players. And we're going to talk a little bit here about recruitment. I think now he has some time to basically rest. This is a long window because when Steve McClaren came in for Jamaica, things were moving very fast. You know, he hit the ground running. But I have to question. I know that they're gonna be a local camp, but when Steve McClaren says players to help the team, is there players in the JPL right now that can help the team? I don't know. We're always gonna be looking at players. For me, Richard King is a good standout. For me, Richard King has to start going forward. Richard King has to start going forward. Richard King is playing a lot of football, and he's playing high-level football in the Caribbean as well. He's playing at the highest level in the Caribbean. He's playing in the finals of the Caribbean Cup tonight. So, so there's gonna be a camp, and I'm expecting to hear Craig Butler come out in February as well. If only one or two players from Veer is selected, I think that's gonna be another big hoorah, where he's gonna think that his whole team, Denzel McKenzie and those guys should be, if they should be in the team. I heard that the kid Robinho Garden, the right back for Veer United, he's doing very well. He looks very well. But I wouldn't be surprised if Craig Butler thinks his whole Veer team should be in the team. So this local camp that Coach McClaren is going to put together in February, Coach McClaren, make sure this local team is a bulk of young players. Make sure it's a bulk of young players. It doesn't make sense. You put together a team in February, you have them in camp, and it's 33-year-old men who's you have coaching up, who's never going to play for Jamaica. That makes no sense. So I think you go young. You see me? I say, I think you go young. I think we go very young here. I think the maximum age for this camp should be 25. The maximum age for the camp in February should be in at 25 years old. It doesn't make sense. You call up all these guys in the JPL who's never going to play for Jamaica. Well, it probably looks good on their resume that they got a call up for Jamaica, but it shouldn't be guys 28, 29. Like, well, if a player is exceptional, if a player is exceptional, great, and he's 27, you can look at him. But I don't see the sense of bringing in 30-year-old men, 28, 29, 30-year-old men who hasn't taken that next step in their footballing career. I understand calling in a player from overseas who's already 29, 30. You see me? I understand that. But I don't see the sense of putting together a local camp in Jamaica and you have players who are 30 years old in the team. That's nonsensical for me. I just don't see the upside to that. Those guys are not just going to be great. Those guys are not going to be great. So I don't see that. We wish Coach McClaren the best. I hear a lot of people talking about players like Tyree Mitchell and those guys are coming in to save Jamaica. Listen, listening to the commentator for the Manchester United game this weekend, one of the things he said that he said, England, we just don't have any good left backs. That's the commentator for Manchester United is saying that there is no good left backs in England. I'm not the one saying this. So if Tyree Mitchell was a great or good left back, I think we would have heard his name popped up. They took no left back to the Euros, and Tyree Mitchell was there. Crystal Palace is getting relegated. So listen, if those are the guys we're going to depend on, great. I see people telling me that Greg Lee scores this weekend. Yes, Greg Lee scored this weekend. Greg Lee is not going to get better by March. By March, Greg Lee is not going to become a massive player. Mason Holgate scored this weekend. Mason Holgate is not going to get better by March. Another statistic that I heard watching the Premier League game this weekend as well was the commentator said only 9% of players who came through the academy system, only 9% players who plays in let me just time out this brother. I don't even know him. Coming over here, ranking up yourself. Mitchell already. Tyreek Mitchell is much better. Yeah, he is much better than what we have. But we should stop act like these players are just amazing. You see me? I said this was what the commentator said. The commentator in the Manchester United game. The commentator said that. Who is Greg Lee? What impact he do for Jamaica? Yeah, so I hear people say, JT, Greg Lee score. And, you see me? Greg Lee score. Yeah, man, Greg Lee scored this weekend. Like, Greg Lee is not going to become, like, amazing by March. You know what I mean? Anybody can score. If you get the ball on your head or your foot, you score it. Yeah, he scored. So, recruitment is big. We're going to see what Coach McClaren brings to the table this time around for the next window. But however, this is gonna be, I would say, a window where we can really judge the coach to see if he's moving on. Because he has to cut some players loose. He has to cut some players loose. There's even people trying to plan stories. I'm hearing that the reason why Bobby Reed didn't come and Mikel Antonio is because Leon Bailey didn't apologize. I'm not going to run with that. Mikel Antonio was on a podcast where he showed his Jamaican passport and he said that, yeah, he had problems getting back into England without his English passport and to get into the United States. So I think those things are water under the bridge. I'm not going to be on YouTube saying Leon Bailey was at a strip club before the game. Guys, that don't really necessarily help Jamaican football. This is why I don't stream too much when Jamaica is not playing. Because when Jamaica is not playing, you're going to have to make up stories. You're going to have to make up stories. I just leave those things to Presser them to just spin things and give you and keep you guys active till we're ready again for the football. You see me? I say, I don't have time for that. Like, I enjoy my time. It's a balance. You see me? I say it's a balance. It's all sort of story. Leon Bailey, them, they are strip club. This is what happened. Rudolph speed them. Like, guys, Jamaica is not playing right now. Nothing is happening. You see me? I said nothing is happening. So you're not gonna catch JT out here every day. I try stream for just a talk about Leon Bailey, them, they are strip club. Jamaica got their rear end handed to them. We lost that game. Even if the players them never go a strip club, we're not beating the United States. We were out coached. We were outplayed. That's just the gist of the situation. We were outplayed, we were out coached, and the United States won. You see me? At some point, we have to understand what helps Jamaican football. Great. It's great news. Everything in the space is great news. People keep the fans active. Like I told you guys, I graduate from that nonsense. You see me? I graduate from that garbage. There's nothing happening. There's nothing happening. Right now, people, when you see certain headlines, people are reaching. If you don't see JT come out with certain breaking news right now, it's not legit, people. It's not legit. You see, all the people them want to need to know from them in the iPhone here. You see, all the people them want to need to know what fresh drop, anything with fresh drop, it's in my iPhone. And there's no fresh drop. So when you see a YouTube video come up, it's just for YouTube. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. I'm in contact with all the necessary people who are in Jamaican football to make things, who are making things move. There's nothing happening. There's nothing happening. So the frightening, and I don't have time for that nonsense. I don't have time for that. And I think you guys deserve better as well. I think you as fans deserve better. Are we just doing it where we just go live to go live? Or we're actually telling you guys what's going on? Are we round up the EPL or we talk about a story that's out there. I'm not in this spin like I'm working for Fox News. Like I don't really have time for that. My time is very much more precious right now. Even with the winter, my doctor tell me, say, I went to the doctor and I said, me look pale because me not taking the vitamin D. Cause you know, say right here, so you know, we're not getting any sun in Scandinavia again until like June. You see me? And I didn't take any vitamin D for the whole of last year. So now, like, me just feel weak in the morning. So today, I took some vitamin D and I got back some of my energy. And I realized, like, shit, really, I have to really, because when you're a melanated person and you live in this kind of environment, you have to take the vitamin D because you're not getting your vitamin. We are melanated people. We get our vitamin from the sun, so I have to take that. So I don't really have the energy at times. Yeah, CMOS in your diet. CMOS, okay, all right. So that's, yeah. I like that. I was looking on the internet today too, like what I could use to get vitamin D. I know like certain fruits and stuff, but bro, I'm not good at. I don't like taking pills, bro. Like me just not like pills. Me not like hospital. Me not like, you see me. I say that me not like pills and them thing there, brother. If I take a whole bottle of pill, so I would have to. So now I'm gonna have to be taking vitamin D from now all the way till May, June. But I have to do it because it's something in the morning. It's tough. Wakey, it's a must. I live in the USA and I take that every day. Okay, you take it every day. Yeah, bro, because I didn't take any for the entire year last year. And my doctor said to me, say, I can't continue like that. Mushrooms are good too. Okay, and you know, some music, I'm used to make a mushroom soup, you know. Derek G. Me used to do that, but me kind of did so though. Make sure you take it with K2. Okay, K2. So maybe me need to look for that on the bottle. Pop, okay, me need to look for K2 then. Can me just take the regular, me buy some vitamin today. Bro, me immediately felt a bit better. Me immediately, because me realized when me not taking it, and bro, it gets dark here. It gets, okay, cholesterol based. Okay. Bro, it gets dark here at 3:30. It gets dark here at 3:30. When I wake up at 6:20 in the morning, pitch black outside. Me have to have a light on my bicycle in the morning, riding my daughter to school. So it's just darkness. And then when you leave, me go to work, me inside, and then when I pick up my daughter. So technically, I'm spending like an hour outside for the entire day. I'm only spending an hour outside for the entire day. So that cannot be healthy. And I also need to go back to Jamaica at some point. As soon as I can afford it, I need to spend a month in Jamaica just to re-energize and get back myself together, because them weather here, bro, and it has snow here. It's snowing here right now. It's pitch black and snow. That's why you see me have this massive cough. Like me can't get it right in the morning. No sun, drink a lot of water. The cold will trick your body, make you feel hydrated. Okay. That's also another thing too. Yeah, because today I was looking up some things on the internet. JT pill no real systematic. Yeah. But yes, enough on my health there. We touched on Steve McClaren. He should be doing some recruitment. I know that you guys heard about Macy Greenwood. I end up do a little digging and to find out what's going on with Macy Greenwood. All right. So basically, people, what I'm hearing that with Macy Greenwood, right? Macy Greenwood's dad and Macy Greenwood decided to play for Jamaica without informing his mother. So that's why his mother hasn't been signing the documents to get Macy Greenwood situated to play for Jamaica. I think she felt a bit left out of the process. This is what I'm hearing from good sources, that the mother felt a bit left out of the process, that she wasn't a part of the decision for Macy Greenwood to come and play for Jamaica. No, people are saying, yo, obviously Mason Greenwood's grandfather is Jamaican. Mason Greenwood grandfather is Jamaican. I don't know. Do we question what is the relationship with Mason Greenwood's mom and Mason Greenwood's grandfather? That's also another important thing that we have to take into consideration, because is the mother and the grandfather, did they have the father had a tight relationship where she also feels attached to Jamaica? Who knows? Who knows if she feels attached to Jamaica, why she doesn't want to sign? And I do understand her side of where she's coming from, because look what her son has gone through. People don't remember, just a year ago, Mason Greenwood, we didn't see Mason Greenwood for almost an entire year. Mason Greenwood was from inside of a house into a dark van into a courthouse. That was Mason Greenwood's life. So the mother, that must have been really stressful for her. And she might think that Mason Greenwood is finally turning the corner. Does she want to put the Mason Greenwood back in the spotlight? Does she think that Mason Greenwood playing for Jamaica, she wants to expose him to that environment? No, this is my message to Mr. Mike Ricketts. I have never said this ever on YouTube. I wouldn't tell Mr. Mike Ricketts to get on a plane to go recruit a Lewis Baker or a Tyree Mitchell. But now is the time for Mr. Mike Ricketts to get on a plane and get to England. You need to be in England. This cannot be where Roy Simpson reached out to Mason Greenwood's mom. As he said, it's just casual communication, and it just breaks down. This is where the JFF has to understand. It's only one Mason Greenwood. It's only one Mason Greenwood. During this window right now, I'm speaking to the JFF. Mr. Mike Ricketts, you have to get on a flight, go sit down with that lady and explain to her the importance of Mason Greenwood playing for Jamaica. This is the player. We're not asking you to go to England and scout Casey Palmer. We're not asking you to go to England and talk to Greg Lee's mom. We're asking you to go and speak to Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is in the top 20 best footballers in the world. I would say top 15. Mason Greenwood is in the top 15 best footballer in the entire world. That's my opinion. Some people would beg to differ, but that's my opinion. And when you have a football player like that, I don't think we should sit on this and let it drag. Mr. Mike Ricketts, I explained to you guys on YouTube, and Mr. Ricketts said it in the press conference, that sometimes you get the documents for a player and one thing needs to change. That was the whole problem with the Mason Greenwood thing. When Mason Greenwood paperwork went into PICA, they realized that something was missing off the birth certificate. So I came and I did a video. It's on my channel where I said the JFF wanted to expedite the process. The JFF, Mason Greenwood would have got his citizenship and his passport in a week if it wasn't for this birth certificate thing. So Mr. Ricketts, you have to do it, bro. This is the time. This is the player. This is the player. We're not asking you to go and talk to Mother or some other player. This is Mason Greenwood. And I think you should even meet with Mason Greenwood himself, because if this was Captain Burrell, this is the type of player that Captain Burrell would get on a plane. Captain Burrell would have risked it with all the helicopter. Captain Burrell would have even tried to jump in a helicopter and push it and see if he can take him go to England. So I'm saying, Mr. Ricketts, there shouldn't be any excuse. You should get on a flight. You cannot be that busy in Jamaica. And I'm gonna be fair. We can't ask you to do this for every player, but this is Mason Greenwood. The JFF, even if it's gonna be Dennis Chung, because Dennis Chung is a hell of a talker. I've learned a lot from Dennis Chung, listening to Dennis Chung on YouTube, listening to Rudolph Speed. You see me? I know that people don't like those guys, but bro, the way how those guys, yo, Mr. Speed and Dennis Chung, you will ask Mr. Speed or Dennis Chung a question. Well, Mr. Speed is a bit more straightforward. You will ask Dennis Chung a question, and by the time Dennis Chung answer you, you not even remember what you ask him say. You see me? I say, by the time me see people try corner Dennis Chung, and bro, Dennis Chung just pull off 2 backflips, so whoop, 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 and we don't know what happened. Me have to just push back the video to see if Dennis Chung really answered. Dennis Chung is, you see me? Don't take Dennis Chung for joke. Don't take him for joke. And I think he's a man who could go over there, because you know Dennis Chung have always say, look at it this way. Look at it this way. And we want to do this. And Jamaican, he has a way of speaking. He has a way of speaking. And I know, like, bro, I know there are things about Dennis Chung when it comes on to the football that the fans don't like. And the fans would say he's 3-card man and them thing there. But it doesn't remove that he has the quality. It doesn't take away that he has the quality of speaking and convincing people. You see me? Brother, you off it strong for Dennis Chung, them not convince you when him don't talk to you. I've interviewed Dennis Chung on Ryan's channel. I have a full interview on Ryan's channel where I interview Dennis Chung by myself. And when you don't talk to Dennis Chung, if you like, sometimes you wonder if it didn't even make sense you talk to Dennis Chung. You see me, I say? So I would say either Dennis Chung or Mr. Ricketts. I kind of would like Dennis Chung on this one. I would like him to pull off a couple of them backflips that when we see him do on YouTube and pull this one off, because he's very good at that. He is good at what he does, and I'm giving him credit. Because you don't like certain things that he does. I've learned a lot of just how he does things and how he operates and his patterns of answering questions. I don't know if he has developed an art of answering you but not answering you. Dennis Chung is amazing at giving you enough for an answer, but it's not necessarily an answer. I don't really know how to explain it to you, but take a look back at some of Dennis Chung's interviews on YouTube and you will see what I'm saying. He's a skilled operator. He's a very skilled operator, and hence we need him on this Mason Greenwood thing here. Mr. Mike Ricketts, love Mr. Mike Ricketts as he's making improvement. Hate some of the stuff that they do when it comes on to being reactive and not proactive. But overall, I think that Mr. Mike Ricketts wants the best for Jamaican football. I will say that. I think he wants the best for Jamaican football. He might not be the best at his job, but I wouldn't want Mr. Mike Ricketts go and talk to Mason Greenwood mother and drop asleep in the interview, because Mr. Mike Ricketts, a man look like him moved like a dropsy more time, him drop asleep. Like him in the press conference, and I feel like Mr. Mike Ricketts is, it's just one. If you come and fan him drop asleep. Him just one fan away from dropping asleep. And he might be there talking to Macy Greenwood mother and drop asleep, and that might not go down well with her. So, Dennis Chung, if you're listening to this, I don't know, my show is probably not big enough for you to watch. I would and maybe Manning's man, you are a manager as well. You're a manager of the team, Manning's man. Maybe you can try to prompt the JFF to get somebody on it. Even Manning's man, I don't even care. Even Manning's man, I think Manning's man is a likable person. and he understands personalities. He understands how to deal with people. He's very casual. He's very jovial in his approach, and I think he will be quite honest with Macy Greenwood's parents. But somebody we don't want to hear March that nobody have heard back from Macy Greenwood's mother, because I'm not depending on Roy Simpson for this. I'm not going to depend on Roy Simpson for this, because as Roy Simpson said in his big chair, yeah, we had a few and we haven't heard anything. Roy Simpson, you haven't heard anything. That doesn't mean you stop. It's like you're quoting a girl that you like because she tell you say she's thinking about it right now or she don't want it. Doesn't mean stop text her. You might still have to try to impress her in other ways. You see me I say? So you need to get on your job. What are you gonna do until March? Just hang out. I feel like a lot of these guys are just hanging out on the job, just hanging out, just kicking it, just taking a sun bath. You see me I say? Just soaking up the vitamin D. So somebody in the JFF needs to get on it. Somebody in the JFF needs to get on it. People, remember to hit the like button on the video. Remember to hit the like button on the video. And Mr. Roy Simpson, big up yourself, Brain Drain. Thank you very much, my boss, for the super chat today. Brain Drain, bless up yourself. Thank you very much, my boss. I think that this is a person that we go and try to get Macy Greenwood's mother. Don't order no jerk chicken. Mr. Mike Ricketts, when you go there, don't order no curry goat, no ram goat meat, no curry chicken. If we're not gonna have lunch or dinner, because we don't want the lady belly star run and everybody belly can angle curry goat and fry and rice and peas and then sitting there. Maybe go pasta. Maybe you go pasta this time. Maybe go pasta. Don't just go England and order some curry goat or take her go some little Jamaican restaurant where the tablecloth is some little plastic Christmas gift wrap tablecloth restaurant. And people, and I'm not disrespecting Jamaican restaurants, but one time I was in Italy. I was in Rome, right? And I wanted to find somewhere to have a nice dinner in that afternoon because I was gonna leave the next day. The day before we go around Rome and we go through and everything. My Rasta friend them a bun me out. Say JT, you're gone at the lion mouth. You're there, Rome. People, on that whole thing, that's another thing. You cannot escape Rome. All right, you cannot escape Rome. The Vatican, Rome, they have some impact on your life, whether or not you like it. The fact that we use Roman numerals, the whole calendar that we're going off is Roman. In Ethiopia right now, they go off the lunar calendar. In Ethiopia now, I think it's about 2024 or 2025 in Ethiopia right now. They obviously they're still using the Roman calendar, but they use the lunar calendar, which is the moon cycle. That's why you hear in Jamaica or other places where they call you a lunatic. When somebody call you a lunatic, it means your brain shifts based on the lunar calendar, based on when the moon cycle. That's what the word lunatic comes from. You see me I say? So I'm in Rome, right? And I asked somebody and I said, where can I find a nice restaurant? I need to have some, because I wanted to have a steak and them thing there, that evening. The guy said to me, and I think he said to me, he told me a few restaurants and he said, that one is really good. It's white tablecloth. White tablecloth. People, that's when I realized that how Caucasian and certain people look at a quality of the restaurant is the actual color of the tablecloth. The actual color of the tablecloth. Like I've seen, okay, it's 2000. Well, me never know that, but me know say the lunar calendar them a go off. Not 2025. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Me go past. It's supposed to be back some years. Sorry about that. Misinformation there, people. Yeah, misinformation. I was talking, I was going. But yeah, I didn't know that when you go to certain restaurant, is the tablecloth they use to judge the quality of the restaurant. You see me I say? It's the tablecloth them use to judge the something there, to judge the quality of the restaurant. So this is why when you go to certain Jamaican restaurant, you will see a few people in there, a 1 yard man in there with the food in a box, and the tablecloth is look like Christmas, like your gift wrap. You know those gift wrap things? That's what you put on a tablecloth. So if you're ever planning to start a restaurant as a Jamaican and you're thinking about the standard, think about the color of the tablecloth. I had no idea that was a thing, that people look at the quality, like the color of the tablecloth determines the quality of the restaurant. I just learn them thing there. I learned that in Rome. So I know a lot of Jamaicans. I had my Rasta friend them. I said, JT, you can't go mix up with Babylon in a Rome. And bro, we control by Rome. If you want to make up your own calendar and all them thing there, when your boss say if they work 6, come 7, come 8, or come tomorrow and save them the 5. So I can't save the world, and I have to just work with the program. You see me? Enough people out here kicking and screaming that if Donald Trump wins, I'm at my life. Donald Trump has won, and you still gonna have to get up and go to work. Like sometimes people think that we don't control anything. We don't control nothing. I always tell people, if you want to look at your power on earth, when you're in a plane, look down. You can't even see nobody down there. So that tells you, bro, you're just a little drop. You're just a little dot. You're not even a dot on the map. So those people in power, bro, their thing is bigger than us. They're bigger than us. So we have to just work with that. It's same thing happening with the JFF. People were kicking and screaming, Mike Ricketts out. Ruda speed for go. Dennis Chung, guys, they're still there. That's how power work. People in power don't just get up and leave because I have a YouTube channel. It doesn't work like that. And I've been telling people like that. And for the people who are saying, JT, you should be on TikTok. People, I went over TikTok to look over there. TikTok enough for me. TikTok enough for me. I have got a tattoo on my head. I have got to put a tattoo in my forehead and bleach out my skin. Or I start to makeup. Or I just wake up in my bed and just I look on my phone with 3 people that watch me. That's not for me, bro. YouTube is a place where I believe that YouTube attracts more intelligent fans. You see me I say? I believe that YouTube attracts more intelligent fans. You know why? On TikTok, it's mix up, dog. You have to sell mix up over TikTok. You have to talk about how you love it front and them something there. That's TikTok, bro. On YouTube, you have to present yourself properly. You have to come with information, else people don't watch. That's YouTube. TikTok, you can just get up in your bed with white squad by your mouth, matter in AI, and you just have your phone and 3 people are watching you. Tap the screen, people. Tap the screen. Tap the screen, people. Tap the screen. I don't have time for that, guys. I'm sorry. I can't do the TikTok thing. It's not for me, bro. You see me? I'm in my 30s. Like, I just don't. It's just not the kind of environment for me. You see me? I say? So I see a lot of people sometimes reach out and say, JT, why you not on TikTok? Bro, me go over there, go look. I don't feel me. I may have got tattoo on my face and start talk about name front and sitting, and it's not and begging. You have to be a professional beggar over there. You have to have a degree. You have to have a PhD in begging on TikTok. You see me? And I don't. I didn't finish university. I did 3 years. I didn't finish, so I don't have my begging degree. So I would make it on TikTok. You see me? You can post small clips, but I wouldn't advise it. Yeah, no man. It's hell and powder house over there, Joshai. It's like TikTok, bro. It's like some people where you see a Jamaica where you say, Lord God, me gone. Like, you know, some people you see a Jamaica where, like, bro, you're not talking with them people. And it's not a discrimination, and it's not no classism. No found in this comment section know that. Uno no friend certain people at Jamaica. And guess what them people that they want no friend at Jamaica? TikTok. Over TikTok them there. So I'm not gonna be over there. Bro, Docklands Tenet, TikTok is a different animal, my brother. Like, you just see some people over there. Miss people about panty on them head, people over there name back brazier. You see me, like, it's crazy over there, dog. You know what I mean? It's crazy over there, brother. People are name underpant. It's a different beast over there. I like YouTube because YouTube, you have to present something. You have to bring something to the table. You have to bring something to the table on YouTube, else people just don't watch. On YouTube, I have to do my research on the game. I have to look at players. You go over TikTok, brother. Me just start say, yo, you know, see Cartel, what Cartel do last week. You see me? Like, bro, Jesus Christ, Father Bling, TikTok showed me that, listen, you see, if you think you know mad people, like TikTok is not like the mad people them where you see on the town in them underpants out the rubbish bin, you know, and with some big long split. I know them the mad people over TikTok, you know, man. As some mad people like all, you know, makeup and thing, you know. Some better looking mad people over TikTok, you know, that. Some toxic people, you know, brother. Where them talk about like relationship, how much man one woman have. Like, bro, it's crazy. And people can't see the algorithm. Bro, the biggest TikTokers them from Jamaica on TikTok, the man them have some big tattoo in them face, the whole of them skin white out. Like, me see a brother have a pit bull in the ear, and I wash him. I wash him with one hose. me say, yo, bro, you can't script that. You cannot script that. Like, bro, I went over there and see a brother with a pit bull. Hold up the pit bull by his neck, and I wash him with a hose. The man a hose down a pit bull, brother. Me say, whoa. Like, bro, like, my youth, it's different over there. It's different over there. I don't think TikTok is for the people them here. The people them here, especially on my channel for the most. One thing I know, the people them over here, the people them over here looks like they know what they're talking about. You see me, I say? The people them over here, there's people over here who challenge me to go and do my research. There's people over here who disagree with me. And you see me, you will have a 1 and 2 man will tell you about your mother over here. So, but bro, over TikTok, telling you about your mother, that's for breakfast. That's for dinner. JT, you know, I said China, them no see them fucker they bro, China no make American, the Western TikTok show for them people, you know, bro. You know what Chinese people do on TikTok? Sell clothes. A clothes Chinese people sell on TikTok. Brother, them have some places at China where 100 people just stand up in front of them smartphone and sell things. That's how China does. While you hear people over here on TikTok, how much man, bro, if you have your woman and she there on TikTok, you need to sit down and have a discussion with her. If you have a partner and your partner is on TikTok, because, bro, she love toxicity. She love the whole toxic environment. If you have a partner and they love TikTok, you might need to have a discussion with them. All those boys been over to get riches. Me see a girl put her head in a toilet and wash her face and spit out the water like she just weird. Jesus Christ. You see me I say? Yeah, I said Joshua, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. And over TikTok make me realize it. Wow, you see all of England, brother? You see the black people them are England, like some Jamaican and some other black people are England. Beer mad people. Beer mad hood rats. Like them just some mad behavior over there. And obviously, some people make their money and you get it how you want. You go over TikTok and talk about you set up a channel to teach people something and do something positive. Go on over there and go see and forward back and go and tell me. I two people are watching, dog. Are you on TikTok are watching one another? That's it. Over TikTok, you have to be vulgar. You see me? Just be distasteful. Like when me look over them, I say, no, sir. If a TikTok me go make it fun, me just go and do me 9 to 5. Me deal with the 9 to 5. I can't handle it, dog. It's crazy. It's mad over there, bro. It is mad on TikTok, brother. It is mad over there. Yeah, man. It's crazy over there, bro. It's crazy over there. So I will stick to the YouTube. I like the YouTube community. I think the YouTube community attracts more some of the YouTubers. You know what, Duckland's tenant? I believe that's the YouTubers, the ones that you see in the comment section, who are the toxic people. I bet they're active on TikTok. I can see a correlation that the people in the comments were quick to tell you about your mother, tell you to shut up, and bro, over TikTok them get the behavior, bro. Is their TikTok behavior. That's why I time them out. Me see a brother come in named Alfred Hines and him start talk a while ago. Me just TikTok him. Go on over there. Go on over there. No, bro. I want people to disagree with me over here without telling me about my mother. If you watch the first video I did on this channel, what did I say? I say I'm gonna build a channel where people disagree for a living, but we can still walk away without hating each other or telling each other about their mother and them thing. That's how I built this channel. I want people to disagree left and right. We not have to agree upon nothing on this channel. I just want people to understand that the fact that we disagree, it doesn't mean the world is going to end tomorrow. That's all I want people to know. So that's why people, when I see the people them with the ring, when I see them come and them start tell we about mother and shut up and batty boy and them thing there, just send them back over TikTok, dog. They're not over, they're not for YouTube. We send them back over TikTok. Because, listen, people on TikTok will never make it on YouTube. And I think most people on YouTube will never make it on TikTok. Why you think you don't see the big TikTokers them say money they on YouTube? Why them not over YouTube? Because you see, YouTube, you actually have to provide some level. You have to provide some level of, how would I say it now? You have to provide some kind of quality to your content. You have to be a little bit more organized. YouTube, you have to be a bit more disciplined. You have to sit down. You have to set up your thumbnail. You have to have your notes. Sometimes you have to be prepared for people to disagree with you. Over TikTok, it doesn't work like that. It's the wild, wild west. So those people, they can't make it on YouTube because YouTube, you can't take up your phone, don't wash your face, lie down by your pillow sideways, and 150 people are watching. That's not happening on YouTube. That is not gonna happen on YouTube. On TikTok, you can do that. You can get up, now wash your face, now brush your teeth, and just turn on your phone and lie down in your bed and chat, mix up and talk people business, and boom, you're gone. That's what I like about YouTube. YouTube, you have to be more disciplined. You have to be organized. These young men weak. Me see man a kiss a schoolboy and them laugh like it's funny. Bro, me see man all shave them armpit on TikTok like as a thing. And I'm like, wow, this is wild. JT, TikTok is for dumb people. That is Chinese release to the mess up the West, while Chinese kids get poor the rest of the world kids. Yeah, because that's what TikTok is for. TikTok is a distraction. TikTok is a place that encourages bad behavior, rewards you for being a mix-up, like talk people business, like you thought, yeah, me see girl yesterday, me see old dirty boy, old jankro, like bro, that's like normal language on TikTok. I felt uncomfortable even just saying that just now on YouTube. I felt uncomfortable on TikTok. That's the meal of the day, bro. That's like the normal day on TikTok. So people that's reaching out, I can't, bro. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. It's not for me. YouTube has made me be a bit more disciplined in setting up my stream, set up my titles, my topics, thumbnails. I go back and read comments from fans how I could make the channel better, things that people don't agree with. Sometimes me and a friend I have a discussion for all a day straight where we go back and forth, and the video did done drop already. I like that. Empire say I don't watch Jamaica TikTok, bro. It's crazy, man. It's a lost cause. It's a lost cause, bro. See even the guy Facebook hero. Them shot him in. I read some article where they shot him in Miami. Or something, and that guy was big on TikTok, and you can only bet that a lot of that mix up and him probably even losing his life came off TikTok. Him potentially almost losing his life came off TikTok because of mix up and suck your mother. That's the kind of environment over there. You see me? And my approach wouldn't work on TikTok because why I know that the level of intelligence is higher on YouTube. Sometimes we talk about certain things here, and my sister, the people understand would say it's like a joke, it's humor. It's not necessarily that I'm there to tear things down. It's just the way that we talk. But yeah, man, that was it on the TikTok. Biggest fish that who would do anything for lion and whale. Lion is the meal of the day, bro. So, people, as we say, we hope that Mike Ricketts and the JFF can take this one serious. And Roy Simpson, people, we can also reach out to Manningsman and maybe ask him to intervene. Somebody needs to get there and have a conversation with Macy Greenwood's mom. Someone from the federation needs to do that and get the player in for March, because next year, people, is the business end of Jamaican football. Jamaica will play a St. Vincent. I'm no longer worried. So that means Jamaica should be in the Gold Cup. Another thing, I hear people saying, Uncle St. Vincent, we are player. We just pick the local players. Guys, I don't see the sense. Big up yourself, Wilbert Moore. I don't see the sense of Jamaica only picking local players for the St. Vincent game. We should use every competitive game to try to gel the team. Bro, we need to call them Monday. All of the players that the coach thinks he's going forward with, they need to come play against St. Vincent, bro. Because our team is not that good. Our team is not that good for players to sit and talk about St. Vincent we're going to play. We're not that good. Jamaica can lose to St. Vincent. The local boys can lose to St. Vincent. I don't care what nobody wants to say. Jamaica, if we pick a local team, we can lose to St. Vincent. Coach Steve McClaren, remember good, you're one of the few coaches that didn't qualify England for a Euro. I'm going to do a video one of these days. I'm doing a little research on how successful English coaches are. Yes, Miss Steve, Willie Bob, big up yourself, Willie Bob. Big up yourself, man. Go check out Willie Bob's Reggae Boys song on his channel, Wilbert Moore, in the comment section, people. Go over there and give him a check out on the Reggae Boys song. It's a one-drop Reggae Boys version there. So, bro, we can lose. I'm not buying this. I'm doing a little research right now where I want to put out a video on how successful are English coaches in the game of football outside of England. Guys, I don't know. Is there any, can you remember back? Is there many English coaches? Big up yourself, determined. Is there any English coaches that has qualified any team for the World Cup outside of England or accomplished anything? Maybe the Canadian coach, maybe the Canada coach. I think, right? He's English, the ex-Canada coach, the one before this one, before Marsh. English coaches are not very successful in the international game or the club game outside of England. Look in the Premier League. Brighton, German, Manchester United, Portuguese, Arsenal, Portuguese, Liverpool, Portuguese, Moresca. Is he what? Spanish or Italian? One of them things there. Fulham. Well, we have McKennie at Ipswich. Aston Villa, Spanish. West Ham. Bro, there's no English coaches there. English coach got fired yesterday. Now that we're talking, an English coach just got fired yesterday. I don't know if he's Irish or English or Scottish. Those people are always looking the same. But those coaches are not the best outside of England. You see what I'm saying? Those coaches are not the best outside of England. So Coach McClaren needs to know that the odds are not in his favor as far as English coaches becoming successful outside of England. The English national team has a German coach. The English national, people would say that England was the country that created football, the game football. Some people said that the English them go one place go see some indigenous people play the game, and the English them take it and call it football and make it them own. So, bro, as you said, Marvin Ferran, I don't think Jamaica has a team that should take their foot up off the gas. And when we're going to play against St. Vincent, we only have players like local players, and we don't qualify for the Gold Cup. Because I said it, if we don't qualify for the Gold Cup, Steve McClaren should get fired, bro. We're playing St. Vincent. The bar is even lower. And I don't want to know if a joke out this thing, because we don't want to see Gold Cup playing and Jamaica is not played. The Gold Cup is also there to help Jamaica to get better as a team, to help us in the World Cup qualification. Costa Rica has been going to World Cup. I think Costa Rica plans on going to the World Cup. I think Honduras getting that result against Mexico in that first game, though they got a thrashing away to Mexico, they might start to feel that they might start thinking that they are getting better and they're finally turning the corner. El Salvador, Guatemala, Haiti. Haiti is in League A now. Cuba stonewalled Jamaica at the National Stadium with a 0-0 draw. If you pick up a couple 0-0 draw in World Cup qualification, the calculators them start come out. And you start say, we need Panama to beat this team, and then if El Salvador draw, and then and Guatemala beat that team by 2, then Jamaica, all right. Guys, once the calculator comes out, you're in trouble. Don't forget Dam Rep. Once the calculator don't forget Suriname. Once the calculator come out in a World Cup qualifiers, you're in trouble. And we don't want that. So Jamaica needs to use the Gold Cup as playing more games, gelling together as a team, coming together. We're not there yet. The United States just gave us a reality check. So I'm not buying this thing about using a local team to go play St. Vincent. I think that will be a big mistake. I think that will be a big mistake. Anybody who's trying to entertain that idea in the coaching staff, that's going to be a big mistake. The last minute thing you want to know, St. Vincent draw one of the game or something, and we lose one of the game 1-0. Somebody get lucky, clip with 1-0, we lose and we gone through. And them gone through. Guys, this is football. Them things they happen. And them go park the bus pan way. So we don't want them things to happen. So take the thing serious, people, and get it together. We are on the 2-hour mark. As I said, when I get more updates, I will let you guys know. From here on out, I will try to do at least one live stream per week and try to drop some short videos in between that. I don't want to just be giving you guys fake news and propaganda till March. Like it's like I just don't have time for that. You know what I mean? I respect you guys enough, and I respect your time enough to give you guys good content when Jamaica is not playing. Make them go on around and see which World Cup them are going. Yeah, because bro, this World Cup for Jamaica is not in the bag, you know, bro. This World Cup for Jamaica is not in the bag. Let us not fool ourselves, people. It is not in the bag. The World Cup is not in the bag. Let us not fool ourselves. Let us not fool ourselves, people. This World Cup is not in the bag. And we need to make sure we take it serious. As Uptown 1G says, every game counts. Send the best squad. And that's where I'm at as well. Send the best team, bro. Send the best team. Coach McClaren, Jamaica is not that good. We're not that good. We're not that good. We're not that good to be sending local team anymore to play anybody in the Caribbean. Let us not fool ourselves. Let's take that United States game as a lesson. Let's take that Cuba game at the National Stadium as a lesson. Cuba stonewalled us at the National Stadium. No, let's say, and Jamaica don't have the best penalty takers. Let's say we go down to St. Vincent, then park the bus, 0-0. Come back at the stadium, Park the trailer. 0-0. All of a sudden, Jamaica is in a penalty shootout with St. Vincent for the Gold Cup. All of a sudden, Jamaica is in a penalty shootout with St. Vincent. And people can say I'm negative. You can say I'm negative. That's what I do on YouTube. I talk things 3 to 4 months, 5 to 6 months before it happened. That's why my channel is called Sports Prophecy. I will beat my chest on that. I never say this channel is the #1 channel on YouTube. But what I can say is this channel has carved out a space for ourselves on YouTube. I have carved out a lane on YouTube. And I've always done this. I've been right more times on YouTube than I've been wrong. I'm telling the people, I'm telling you from now. Because when I talk about things, my brain is like a little computer, bro. My brain is like a little computer. I go through scenarios in my head of how things can potentially go. And guys, that's a scenario. That is a very realistic scenario. I didn't even say they're going to beat us on the field by scoring. I'm saying we can go down there away and they stonewall Jamaica. 0-0. We end up at the National Stadium with them. Then park the trailer. 0-0. Jamaica, bro. And for me, I don't think Jamaica has confident penalty takers. When you get into penalty shootout, it becomes a flip coin. You remember how good the Dominica goalkeeper was? You remember one of those games where Dominica had a goalkeeper that was, I think it was Dominica, one of those Caribbean countries had a really good, the Haiti team had a really good goalkeeper as well. Guys, we cannot do that. We cannot bring a local team who's not playing together and say, make some man at England go and rest. And they're not that great. I think Leon Bailey should be at that game. I think Mikel Antonio should be at that game. I think all those players need to be at that game. And the reason why I'm licking out on this, leader, you're my friend. And me know how to deal with your leader. Me know how to read between the lines. Leader is a man who drop one like a seed. And the people them don't see it until it grow into a big tree. Everybody has a blood cleat. Oh, this a tree a grow in a house. It's a rose is growing in the concrete. Oh, this a tree a grow, one big mango tree just growing at the middle of the house. That's how leader them operate. You have to understand how leader work. Leader come and drop a little seed, and when it grow, everybody starts saying, Jesus Christ, I'm ahead of the game. JT, me tell you from the start, say when leader come out and say and say something, you know that's what they want. Yeah, people, I'm telling you. People might think leader thing for joke thing. Listen, leader is in Jamaica football. A lot of people talk to leader. Leader knows. Leader know what go on. People can stay there on YouTube, but leader them come and leak of them. Leader don't know nothing. You stay there. Trust me, leader know way more than you think he does. Why you think leader don't talk about us? Why you think leader don't talk about certain things on YouTube? Because if leader speaks about certain things on YouTube, they're gonna know people are not gonna give leader certain information. So you have to read between the lines when you hear leader talk. I do think though, bless up yourself, Carter, and love this. I do think, though, we can give some local players a look into the team. The local players who perform well in the February camp, we can blend some of those guys with certain players, like a Ethan Pinnock. If I Ethan Pinnock, because he's not that reliable. Ethan Pinnock is not that reliable for me. People can hate me for that. I think Ethan Pinnock played against United States 2 times since he's played for Jamaica. Ethan Pinnock missed the last Gold Cup. Ethan Pinnock just missed this Nations League. Ethan Pinnock has missed a lot of important games for Jamaica. So if Ethan Pinnock is not there, yeah, I think games like that, guys like Mikel Antonio, Leon Bailey, Demari Gray, they should be happy to use those games to find their feet in the international game because they haven't started clicking for Jamaica. Mikel Antonio is not clicking for Jamaica. Leon Bailey is not clicking for Jamaica. Demari Gray, hot and cold, hasn't been him scored 2 goals, but Demari Gray still didn't play well. Casey Palmer is not clicking for Jamaica. Ravel Morrison should be in that game. Ravel Morrison needs playing time for Jamaica. Those are the games that if the coach don't bench Akira Anderson, you start him. Let him play. If he doesn't cut it, he doesn't come back. That's the game. If you bring John Russell, let him play. And see if they're going to go forward. Why bring in these guys? And how much bench captain Jamaica needs, so? How much bench captain we need, so, brother? How much bench captain we need, so? So we need those guys need to understand that, bro. Jamaica has a squad. Jamaica has a pool of players. But Jamaica doesn't have a team. Jamaica, I will repeat that. Jamaica has a squad. Jamaica has a group of players. But Jamaica not yet has a team. The United States has a team. That's why they were able to beat Jamaica with their head coach having less games than our head coach. Canada has a team. Until you have a team where the style of play is optimized, meaning you can predict how the team is going to play, that's when you can start having a plug and play, because the pool of players would have now understood how Jamaica is playing or understand how we want to play. We don't have a team as yet. We have a bunch of guys who we are trying to make a team out of. JT, if the guys that's playing locally are so good, why are they still playing in Jamaica? Yeah, and I said that in the part of the show where I said in the camp in February, I don't want to see guys who are 30 years old in the squad. I don't want to see anybody over 27 years old in the squad. So JT, the JPL players must get a look in the squad. But man, them we are player in reputed league or bench captain. No, like, know yourself. You never hear what I said. I said in the February window, let's say you have 3 or 4 good players from the JPL, young players, that showed you something. Like, they give you a spark. You see the potential there. The St. Vincent game, that's maybe the game you want to test them against, where you start your regular starters. And if, let's say, Jamaica dumps up St. Vincent 3-4 down there in St. Vincent, you get some of those guys out there on the field at the National Stadium with like the John Russells, the players who have the question marks over their heads, the K. Roy Andersons, Kaim Dix and see if you're gonna go forward with them. Because that's when you're gonna start having a sieve, or you're gonna start sieve out people out of the team. And then when you know by Gold Cup come, as the coach said, you have a 30. He said he wants 33 players where he can pick 23 from. So obviously 10 of those players wouldn't make the team. So that's my thinking with that, because there's no sense of calling a camp in February if nobody can make it anyways. We're just doing it for doing its sake. So that's what I'm saying. If 3-4 players out of that camp looks really good, 3 or 4 players look really good out of that camp, then you might want to take them there, know yourself, for that window. That's the thinking there. Because I'm also thinking about continuity. Because know yourself. Remember, no, a lot of people thought that Richard King shouldn't play. Richard King looks good. Dottie Harris said, you're wrong there, sir. You have to have a mixture of age, which include, well, Dottie Harry, when the coach called the camp in February, my friend, it's not a FIFA window. It doesn't affect Jamaica. The camp in February, Dottie Harry, is not a FIFA window. Where a 30-year-old man go do? That's when you need to see if you have anything for the future, bro. Think about that, Dottie Harry. Why you're going to group up a bunch of 30-year-old men from Jamaica to see if them good? They're 30, bro. They're like, are you going to Jamaica to scout 30-year-olds? Think about the logics behind that. That's the game in February. In February, which is not a FIFA window, is when you look at as much young players. I would even call in up Brandon Covers need to come in February. Brandon Covers. I will be ramping up that campaign. I will be ramping up the Brandon Covers campaign getting closer to February. No, Dottie Harry, I think you came in late, because I said against St. Vincent for the qualifiers, we're bringing our good players as well, bro. We're bringing our good players. I'm not the camping in again the game for the World Cup qualifiers. That's not a play game. I'm not gonna be talking about local play around. Delano Splat comes in. I don't know. Hopefully, Dujan Whisper. I don't know if Dujan Whisper will recover by February. We're in November, December, January, February. I don't know where Dujan Whisper is by February. Exactly, know yourself. That team should be under 20. I capped it at 27. That's what, just to be very democratic in my way of thinking. I wanted to not squeeze the age pool too tight to. So I said maximum age of 27. Know yourself. But in that camp, we want to see a Delano Splat. Let's bring in Mother Seal. Let's bring in Mother Seal as well. Can we get Mother Seal? But I don't know. Petersborough is going to need him. He's playing. That's a game where you're bringing Delano Splat. You're bringing Brandon Covers. If Mother Seal can come, you bring him in. You're bringing back the guy Bennett, who you just called up. Let him play. You're bringing Tyreek McGee. Tyreek McGee, them still, they're not there yet. You bring those guys in. And then you start looking at the JPL players. There was one kid, Welch, at the under 20 level. Maybe you bring him in. You bring in a Robinho Garden from there. That's the game, bro. That's where you bring those kids in. Because Jamaica doesn't have, we don't have the luxury of playing pickup games. FIFA has basically eradicated meaningless games. It's either Nations League, World Cup qualification, Gold Cup qualification, or Copa America. That's where football is now. There is no room anymore for just playing around international window. You call a couple man and you play international friendly. International friendlies are over. So we have to be, Jamaica has to be very strategic. I don't think it should be 23 players from Jamaica. We don't have 23 players in Jamaica right now that's ready. And I would also like to see the best Manning Cup player and the best the Costa Cup player in the team. Yes, Dante Casanova, Delano Splat, Joshan Anglin. I want to see the best Manning Cup player, the best the Costa Cup player as well. That's you see me? That's how I see that window. I don't see that window where we go for some man from Tivoli that's 30, Arnett that's 30, Dumby Huolin 27, Mount Pleasant 28, Cavaliers 30. No, you pick the best youth players from those teams. That's what that game should be. Richard King captains that team as the center back. Maybe a Kyle Ming comes back in as well. That's how I see it. Mother still ready for a senior squad. That man starting it. No, but what I'm saying, know yourself. He's ready, but the coach now call him. Mother still don't get into the teams till I start running a campaign on him. I'm not run no campaign for Mother still yet, bro. I haven't done one video on Mother still yet. You know why? I haven't seen him yet. He's in League One actually at Petersburg, bro. Petersburg, they lost this weekend, I think. And the reason why I don't call for Mother still, I don't jump on players if I don't watch them myself. Because uno see him when I go say, JT, I them man you sit down on YouTube for 2 hours and call for brother. Now see man them no good. People, let's see if we even get 100 likes on the video. Cause no wicked, you know, the video gone. We gone over 2 hours, you know. And if me follow uno not even put 100 like on the video. Me have to check uno out. All right, uno do well today. Uno doing well. Enough respect to the community. Enough respect, man. Uno doing well. Thank you, guys. We got over 1,000 likes there. Still, could I get it up to 150? Cause now on both channels we have 200 people watching, so we still can get it up to 150. I think it's possible, and we do it and we go for another 30 minutes because I don't have work tomorrow, so I stream, and my daughter don't have swimming as well, so that's good. So I can stream. I can give another 30 minutes and we round it after 3 hours. Don't. So if we not give we up, if we can make we get it up to 150, that would be nice. We do 121, so 30 more people and we keep it. So yeah, Mother still people. I don't jump on the bandwagon of players. I don't jump. Big up yourself, Herman Willis. You are speaking like a fan. A fan of who? I'm a fan of the Reggae Boys. Yeah, I'm a Reggae Boys fan. Jeremiah. I am a Reggae Boys fan. I always make that clear. I don't know the player, so I can't come out and say. I do have a ear table though, where it's all the youth players in England who can play for Jamaica. I have an ear table with all of those players. I haven't checked out. There's a young kid there at Chelsea that's doing very well. Somebody in England told me about him yesterday. Because I have a scout on the ground in England. Big up yourself, Desmond, wherever you are. Top scout over there at Luton Town and working over there at Norwich as well. Big up yourself, my boss. He told me about this guy around 18. He's U18 Chelsea. They're saying he's firing on all cylinders. So, but I don't come here and say to you, yo, that man have in the team and I don't know him. You see me? I don't know him. I don't know. I never seen Mothersill play. I can't lie to you. I've never seen Mothersill play. Jamari Clark kind of fell off. Marvin Ferran. Jamari Clark fell off the radar. Was one of our best players in that U20 team that should have qualified if Fuzzy wasn't the coach. Fuzzy went out there and did some fuzzy business and just took off Tyler Roberts them and put on some other. You remember that Malachi Douglas them didn't even get 5 minutes on the field. Like, you know, Fuzzy did what Fuzzy do. You know what I mean? So he did that. Jerome Waite just went down there with the under 20 team. We don't remember one player for the team. The only player name we can remember of the under 20 is the kid named Welch. And that tells you how bad that whole thing went. That was bad. When you had an entire under 20 team of 20-something boys, and we can't call one player off of the team. Jamari Clark now plays in the 7th level of English. Yeah, he really fall off. He's like in non-league football or something. Jamari, but he picked up a huge injury. He picked up a massive injury, people. I'm also watching this kid Lee Jonas at Liverpool. Big up yourself, Jazz One. As you know, the big producer, Jazz One, that's his family member, Jazz One. He just did a surgery I saw on his Instagram. I hope you recover, my boss. I don't know if it's his cousin, but this kid named Lee Jonas at Liverpool, he was a center back and a CDM. Picked up a massive knee injury. He was captain in England, U20 and U18s. Pick up a massive injury. And now I saw that he's playing at the right back position. He's now converted to a right back at Liverpool. Very nice young player. And I think that injury might have set him back on his England trajectory. And that might be a player that kind of just falls off the English radar. And Jamaica might be able to just pick up one there and just grab him. But yeah, you remember a year ago, people were like, call this, all these young English players, call this a mania. People, I told you guys today, watching the Manchester United game this weekend, I was listening keenly. I got so much information because people don't know, you know. You see the people who do commentary, there's a documentary that you can watch on people who does commentary for the Premier League. Bro, you think the man them just go up there, go sit down with the mic? The man them study like, whoa. Like the man them study the players them, like study from them grassroots up, like every player who can play, who's going to play in the game, and have their notes when you hear a game playing. So those guys are very knowledgeable. And he reeled out the statistics that only 9% players at the academy level in England, I think. That's what I heard he said. I think 9% players make their first team in England. Only 9%. So you see, all the players we talk about in England, because we have said them did at Chelsea, them come up in a Aston Villa Academy. They were at Arsenal Academy. They're no longer there. And if they were good enough, they would have still been there. That's why Saka is still there. That's why Omar Hutchins is in the Premier League. You know what I mean? That's why Rodgers is at Aston Villa. because they're good enough. That's why Kobe Mano came up to the Manchester United Academy. Rashford is because they're good enough. So when people are gonna tell me that Casey Palmer them did they at Chelsea, they're not anymore. I wonder why. So people cannot fool me with academy. Astafa Powell did faster than Usain Bolt one time. He's not anymore. The Beast, Blake, all those runners. Nadine Palmer, that's my cousin, a track and field superstar athlete from Homo Technical. She was one of the fastest girls on the island. Her and Vernica Campbell. She made man mash up her life. She started dating a man with just make she veer off a track and field. Vernica Campbell went and win medals for Jamaica. And her and Nadine Palmer was the two fastest females on the island. Where are they now? You have to always ask yourself. It's not where you start. We see a lot of times Usain Bolt. We see a lot of time Usain Bolt is slow out of the blocks. But when Usain Bolt lean down the shoulder, you see what happens. Just a quick thing on track and field, people. A lot of times in track and field, people, you're not getting faster in the race. In track and field is who can sustain or maintain a certain speed for a period of time. Then you see players drifting behind you. It's not like Usain Bolt is just getting faster and faster in the race. No, Usain Bolt was one of the strong. He was not just one of the fastest. Usain Bolt was also one of the strongest men in the world. Because for you to be able to sustain a certain intensity level and a certain speed for a duration of time, it takes strength. And that's why you see when other players are runners are kill up themselves, Usain Bolt is maintaining the burst for a certain period of time, and you see the space start opening up. It's not like Usain Bolt is just getting faster and faster and faster in the race. That's not how track works. Is who's able to maintain your top speed for a longer period of time. So it's the same thing with your development in football. Who can run faster for longer? There you go, brain drain. You see, brain drain explain it in a different way, not the same with the same meaning. Who can maintain the burst for longer? You can maintain who can run faster for longer. You see me? So you see the people who know, and it's the same thing with football, is who can keep developing over a period of time. That is it, bro. Who can keep their development? If you look at a graph, your development needs to be going up the trajectory. It cannot start tapering off or start plateauing at some point. And that's what happens to a lot of the players that we have. Mason Holgate, he played for England. But if we had looked at his trajectory then and look now, we would have saw that his development tapered off. Some people would say this is due to injuries. There's a lot of things. So brain drain. So brain drain. This is what I'm saying, that when people hear us saying that it's going to be tough for Whisper to make the Chelsea team, first team. Bro, we're not saying that Whisper is not that good. The question is Whisper in the 9% of youth football players in England? The top 9%. That's the question, people. That's the question, Is Dujon Whisper in the 9%? Madawake, those guys, they're in the 9%. That's why he plays for England U team. That's why he's starting at Chelsea. Astaka is in the 9%. It's not a lot of people in the 9%. The guy Jones at Liverpool, he's a 9%er. The kid who came on for Arsenal and scored, he's the 9%er. Guys, it's not a lot of 9%er. If Whisper stay off a TikTok and focus, he can get to the 9%. He's on TikTok too? Lord God Almighty. We lose him, brother. We lose him. If he move over there, him in a problem. If he move over there, him in a problem already. Lukaku came up in the Chelsea youth program. And where was he at? No. Yeah, it's not where you start, man. It's not where you start. Leon Bailey was at Phoenix Academy. He was at Genk. He was at Liverpool. No, he's in one of the best leagues in the world. Leon Bailey is at Aston Villa. Leon Bailey can be considered a 9%er, but he took a different route. Because I think if Leon Bailey was developed in England, he has the skill set where he probably could have came through. I think he's that kind of player. But what I've learned about Leon Bailey, watching him this final time, what I've learned about Leon Bailey this window is Leon Bailey is a system player. Leon Bailey has to be with his team for an entire preseason where he knows what his players are going to do and his players know what he's going to do. Leon Bailey is not a player who can take a game on his back when the game is chaotic and translate it into a good performance. That's what I learned. Leon Bailey is not one of those players where a lot of madness happening around him and he becomes a great player. So that's how I see this. Let me take a call here from Cryptic. Go ahead, Cryptic. One call and hang up there. Cryptic, them always have some bad service, Like you know one big. Like Cryptic and one of them big king size bed there. Signal always a job. Where I say I know Cryptic?
No man, I take in the music, I take in the reason, man. I touch on some valid points, you see me?
Yeah.
But the thing about me I say about development, I normally beat ball about development in a JT, but you are mentally challenged about life to me I touch on a topic to
Mm-hmm.
You see, when you're the attacker, you want to develop and you say I work for your first touch and I work on this.
Mm-hmm.
What we always forgotten is that the defender them not get done so either. As a ball, right? So it make you stop because now you are work get stronger and say, all right, you gotta start find the spaces them, the channels them, but your opponent I get stronger too.
Okay.
Them not get worse. So you're left in our case so now you have to start. You have to just find things while you go through it, because you are developed, but the player, the opponent are developed too. So a clash of like the unknown, Yeah, man. That I always realize, bro. So sometime in our life, bro, that now treat the player them now. You as a baller you want to develop, but the man where you go up against, it not get worse at JT.
He might improve too.
Yeah, it might improve too. So if you improve to just you better your potential and him do something outside of where anybody did project, you end up I go drop off, Yeah, even if you do good as well you could, you still have a drop out because you have a man with surplus.
Mm-hmm.
Surplus what's required. So that now make a lot of players fall off. And when me understand with the Leon Bailey, me always rate Bailey as a Jamaican, but why me think Leon Bailey them is no better than how him could have be, bro. Like when me say better, I mean say him have a lot of other things them attribute.
Mm-hmm.
We learn this now football as an attacker, JT. You have two type of players, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You have the players them who like the ball at their feet, and you have the chasers them, meaning that the man them will run the loose ball or run the channel all day. And one of the reasons why
Leon Bailey like to have it time feet.
yes, bro. And one of the reasons why I think Salah become what he is now, because when we look for Salah in general, Salah is one of them man where you could have, if you not look good, you could call him a kick and run baller.
Mm-hmm.
If you look on him one time, but when me think Salah do him there when they know at 32 still in full shape,
Mm-hmm.
Salah master the art of chasing the ball when nobody the most forward no like though, the pretty ball of them. And Salah also he's good at that too. Like if you watch Salah close control, him flicks and him tricks and all of them little thing there, you could have said, the Sanchos them and the Foden them though. Salah do just as good as the whole of them.
And the young guy, the Ahmad at Manchester United, me like how him looking up cryptic. Him touch. Him have the Salah death touch. You get it to him, him just control it, take it down, and him can get from 0 to 100 very quickly. But I just feel like in a team like Manchester, which academy? A Manchester United him come through?
No, we buy him from Atlanta for about 9 mil. Him even did play first. I think him get 2 first team debut. Him is a Ivory Coast international. We buy him from Atlanta about 9 mil. Must be 2.5, 3 seasons ago under Ole.
Him look good.
Sunderland.
He look good, bro. For me, he's the player who me like see at Manchester United, where and him not afraid for run back. Him don't let him size. All right, look on a player like that, you know. Him and Tyreek Maggie is. I think Tyreek Maggie is even bigger than him, like in bulky, right? Wouldn't you say? Yeah. But he's more. In Jamaica, would I say frisky than Tyreek Maggie? Like he's more active. Like me see this weekend, you know. In a back three, you know, him basically a play wing back, you know, bro. And him a come back, tackle, you know, you see it?
Yeah, man, watch it, man. But JT, you know, say the physical thing too is a thing where you have to aggressive, you know, realize say, you see the ability to be aggressive in everything we do. Mm-hmm. And that really make you physical, you know, because that brother didn't Ahmad, you know, me did doubt him at least for first part in terms of say him little and me no know how me no see him run with ball and I like break through tackles and when him make that run there, me say me never see this.
Me never see that run there and him neither dog.
No bro, JT, me tell you, him normally get it in a tight space and just turn from people, but me see him make a striding run, me I say yes. That brother I like say if him do this 5 more times and he master it, you can't hold him back again. Mm-hmm. You see me? Yeah, but watch you know, him score 2 header too, you know, in his career, you know, him score 2 header, you know, as a little short youth, you know, him score 2 header for Man U, you know.
Yeah.
Me tell you how me know say some man physically, me think that just a natural thing in your blood or your play. Me see boy Garnacho when him head ball, him shot him eye and head the ball like him no want him mash up him Jerry Curly.
Bro, you know what I say? Bro, it come like we think the same. The man talk about this, brother. And the next person will come to my mind was Garnacho. If you ask me if we take a Ahmad to build my team out with a Ahmad or a Garnacho, me I go Ahmad. I feel like Garnacho is, you see, you can mark him out of a game, bro. You can abuse him in the game to where he loses his confidence.
Yeah, for real, man. Him man, you kind of gonna be the side round, but that brother there, you see, for him, me tell you, man, you see them look a young ball and nowadays, if him become the best thing, I think him can left them on them own and them do it, bro. Them, because I realize them players here, them get satisfied. Like them nowadays, but like them literally go home and watch them highlights and cream over it, bro. So
What do you think about a Kaim Dixon? For your projection and just your whole observation and analysis on how you look at football and his transition and pathway. What's your take?
all right, you see Dixon now. You see Dixon now. We see them a play Dixon like on the wing, and when I watch him for schoolboy, him play
More central, yeah.
Yeah, him central and him go right and him go left. But when me think Dixon now, Dixon, all right. I realize that Dixon have a one shot about him when him just go inside and go in the back of him have a little trap, a film trap that.
Mm-hmm.
Dixon can become a good player, bro. One thing me realize with Dixon when me not like with forward, me not like the man who just hold up them head. And Dixon, him don't give me that. Him kinda him give me more than the average man them dog. So I think Dixon gonna be a good player.
Yeah.
We just want him for work on him heading certain things he might learn. But
Cryptic, you see, here where I think Dixon will struggle if they just nail him down as an out and out winger.
Yeah.
I think that's a player where you want him to hover around the 18, and because his composure around the 18 is very good. Like, especially you talk about that chop there, like when him in the box, him not get Gigi. You know, some players get Gigi when them in the box. It's like he look like him enjoy that.
Yeah, man, for real, man. I know it's a JT, I realize what football can. I tell you, brother, a 2 year long time I play ball. I did forgot it, but I remember a thing in a football. You see, football, where they on the field and you play a certain position, certain players don't know how space actually work. Like when them see the grass ahead of them, certain players don't actually have the similar mind, like them don't have the same mindset, you know. Like certain, like, I don't know if to explain it to you, but you have some baller, bro, where you just need them in a certain area, like quick areas to just do them thing.
You know, Amarin said at Manchester United, his press con, like when he was talking, he says, what I realize is that one of the problems at Manchester United is football IQ. He said, I learned today, like Garnacho there, he's good in the space. He learned, he called another player's name. So him quickly start to realize, say, Ratted, them player not for me player, them can't go carry out. When him say Garnacho them, you know, I realize, all right, him can't be one of the one them we care with we. I look him and the one them we can care with him, you know. Team, you know, bro. Because as you say, certain players, you know, say certain players, like let's say all a man pass the ball here. You say if you don't understand all the angle on the field, you try to run in on the ball. If you understand all the angle, you drift all wide on the ball, run all past a defender because you measure. Your brain come up with a calculation quickly, say the defender can't catch to that the ball, the base pan when there, and you know better go in there, so go close down the space with the defender. So where even if you get the ball, the defender upon your heel already. Where if you stay wide, make the defender try go intercept, and you know have the ball in open space. Bro, that's a thing. And you see, you know what mess up a lot of players with that spacing thing the way I talk about. You see, playing on turf, that can confuse you a lot with the speed of the ball and the spacing. I realize that turf, I don't think turf is a very good thing for developing football players, you know, bro.
Yeah, the ball, may I tell you, I'm a player. I'm play upon the turf tough still, man. I tell you, brother. And the ball move different.
Yes, move different.
Yeah, the ball.
You see how when the turf wet, some ball where you think you're going to catch if a man pass it, knock it to you upon the wing, that fly past you, you know.
Yeah, man, I just start with baller, brother. You see some baller, that's why coaching important to, you know, JT, because the thing with this, you know, a man, all right, a coach can know how not to make you look as bad as you can, them either deficient. Even Dixon now, where a lot of people root for Dixon and same for start. I think if Dixie was a starter and him a start and I take instruction from start like the Bailey them and the man them, I think we would have probably get tired of Dixie, you know. Me I be real, you know, JT. I think the whole cameo thing with Dixie, you see him in here and there, coming on expressing himself. I think that kind of preserve the player a little bit. You know, so sometimes you see all the ball of them get little time.
Him play this weekend. Him get time this weekend, right?
I think a man takes him score. A man, I think
him assist, right?
Yeah. But brother, you have to hungry. JT, as a baller, bro, you have to hungry as a footballer. Because me say, when I think about development is that you can't, me not really cuss the ball of them, you know, because as me I said, JT, you want to work by your header. All right. Leon Bailey right now at 27, him said to himself, say, you know, say me I try work on my header and see if I can be good at the year. By the time him want ready for that, brother, you have a defender we already buck out 500 ball already ahead of him. So brother, it's like a waste of time. Yeah, I just saw life going. It's like you was 27 now. I said, yo, dog, you know what? I start work on my time and I buck some ball, bro. You have a defender we at 27 we already buck out like a 1,000 repetition. So yeah, we are gonna work for your head, but who it gonna work against? We are gonna head ball against the man them we already do a decent and pick the brother and buck ball. So sometimes that's where you see the ball them not really them plateau. I understand them now work on things, but it's just too late, bro.
Yeah. And so they said that what that brother has said that Highland said one of the problem where him see with players is on the off season them a work on with them good at already. You know what I mean? Like, and to me that makes no sense. And because what you're good at already, you're just gonna become better at that. You need to work on what you're not good at. So that not necessarily make no sense to me where you're working on what you're not good at. But me take yard vibes. Where I say I know.
All right.
Let me tell you where yard vibes. I say cause we have about 10 more minutes. Yard vibes. Go ahead, boss. Your mic muted. We don't have very long, you know, because we're going up on the 3-hour mark.
You know, it's the oligarch, bro.
Oh, Oli, may have you save as yard vibes, brother. Come me just save the number when it.
No, do be that. Good evening, Jay Taylor.
Yeah, blessings get her.
The whole fraternity, you know. Wherever you are, big up the whole Denmark, Sweden.
The whole Scandinavia.
The whole Scandinavia. Just say that and done.
Yeah.
Boy, you know the thing, you know, politics are way away, you know. Go by election, but you see PNP walk them street and lane.
Wanna win some election thing?
Yeah, man, election was Friday, man, and I see the Labour at them lose 2 elections, we challenge them.
I wanna win it.
What do you mean win it, man? Win it hands down.
Wow.
So big up all of the come with them in that chat and all that show man them. Big up on yourself, but the thing look shaky Sunday though. Look empty and lily. Yeah, man. But football.
Yeah.
Football. The great equalizer. So I just got to took in a couple games, you know, can relax Sunday and took in a couple games. Boy, Man City, boy, I don't know. It seemed like a crisis or it's just a blip. Liverpool getting ahead. But you know, I don't really watch the EPL. You know, my thing they're way down on one part of the championship.
All leads are going.
Yeah, but hear what now? You know. Remember, I hear you call a lot of names that must come in the February window and when the February window when we're doing the matches or whatever. Andre Gray is a striker on fire. You know, Andre Gray is transferred from Saudi Arabia back to the
Plymouth Argyle.
They had a brace scored 2 goals.
This weekend?
And think it's this weekend.
Yeah, I think Friday they won, right?
Friday, yeah, 2 goals. And but he's been starting playing in 80 minutes, 70 minutes, 90 minutes. Because one of the goals I think was deep into stoppage time. So I want to ask, because everybody, I think you as well, clown me when I keep mentioning why have we stepped away from Andre Gray, and we have picked up some striker, Corey Bennett. Where is he playing? In what USL too?
He's in the USL, man. He was the leading goal scorer. But Qatar, I didn't even know anything about, bro. The first me know about Corey Bennett when me see him name on the squad, you know. I don't know Corey Bennett.
Corey Bennett, but I mean, right now, what I'm saying is you have credible players who are playing 90 minutes. Jamaican internationals. Why are they being frozen out?
Yeah, Andre Gray is a very strong striker too, you know.
Of course, but I've told you this. He's Andre Gray. He's a Premier League striker. Played for Watford along with Troy Deeney. Right? Solid championship striker. Leaps and bounds ahead of Jamal Lowe, but he links up well with Jamal Lowe, right? But leaps and bounds ahead. We're scoring for number 9, and we had one there, so I don't know. So
I don't have any problem with, but the February window wouldn't be theme window, Qatar, because that's outside of it.
No, he can't come there. No, man, a lead line, man.
Yeah, you can't have him.
I gotta go. Sorry. Right, so I just came to say that big up the man, them is still there. So
just link me one of them there, man, when they want to do a show and we.
I don't know if it's snowing.
Yeah, Cataract, just link me when the politics slow down and you want to do a show. We go all over them players, you
All right, cool.
All right, yeah, man, we catch up. Yeah, let me just cryptic take the final. This final.
Yo, big up, brother, man. We there, see him. You done anything setting, brother. Anytime the football, me there, brother. So enjoy your day, man. We there.
All right,
see him,
brother. Tomorrow already, you know. I see it at 12 a.m.
Yeah.
At 12 a.m.
Oh, at 6 o'clock, I'm there, brother.
Yeah, we 6 ahead. All right, my boss. Blessings here. All right,
Yeah, man,
blessings.
respect, man.
All right, man. That was Cryptic, people. Always enjoy talking football with Cryptic. I'm in the WhatsApp group and Cryptic them. Yeah, man, I love the football and I really enjoy his football perspective. Because it's just, you know, oh, them look at football. I enjoy it. Let me just give everybody a shout out to McKeon Nitro 87, Nitro 69, Nitro. Stop the trolling with the 69. Big up yourself, Alistair Cook, just passing through brain drain. Big up yourself, make it rain. You know the thing set. Go hard in the paint. You know the thing go ready. Danny Boy passed through as well. Uptown 1G, Dino Daily Mindset. Get a 4-5. Ball a kick. You know, ball a kick. Nani Ballin. Merrick. Lemon Cap. Marvin Ferran. Big up yourself. Herman Willis. Know yourself. Josh I passed through as well. Big D Leng. One squad in the building. Lana Ezra passed through as well. Who we're missing? Wilbert Moore, which is Willie Bob, the boss. Dan, big up yourself, the Emperor as well. Conrad Smith passed through as well. Sherman Scott, one Dan, Clarendon Dan. Youngster talking. People have to listen when the youngster talking. Ernest, blazing like a furnace. You don't know the thing go already. Because I have to go find a rhyme for every year. Duckland Stennett. All right. Who this now? Deco 2K. The mutant 2 play. You know the thing go. Peter Mystic. Always keeping it realistic. Karen. I was a Carry on Spence. She passed through on the ends. Lee, what a pre. Tafari, big up yourself. James, in the lane. Warren Webster, You know, say Oxford and Webster. You know what thing already? DJ Fatal. The mobile run off a place. A big girl. God bless son. You know, when them wanna call in, people have to run. Triple Doggy. Derek G. Big up yourself, my boss. Colin Quest. Straight out of St. Best. You don't know the place. Go already. Who we're missing. If we're missing, we're not distant. Eagle Republic. One Republic. How this go? Split Tech. I don't know. Split Tech. Slide Tech. Slide Tech 5. You know, the man in a tech knife. J. Ray and him nephew. History man. It's not a history van. Eddie Gona. Him say keep it healthy. Broccoli and tuna. Alright. Issa Allen. Special edition. Everybody, Spain Town General pass through as well. We're gonna start rhyme. Blessings, Paul. Watkins? Watkins. Is it Watkins or Watkins, Paul? That's the best, Paul. Don't know if pronouncing that. Yeah, man. Crosby Porsche. You know, say you probably drive a Porsche. Yeah, I don't know if I pronounce your last name right, but next time I will get it on site. Watkins. Okay, that's a unique last name, man. Blessings. First, me I see a last name like that. Nitro 69. You know the thing already. Always on time. Wilbert Moore. Him of the Reggae Boys song right now in store. Also, Fatal Flair. I don't know the thing going on, people. Love and respect. We did 3 hours. Didn't know I was gonna do. After me take the vitamin D today, looked like it worked. The 3 hours blew by like. Whew. Know the thing already, people. But bless up on yourself, alright? No mess up on yourself, alright? Alright. I don't know. Go peace and love. Enough respect. Until next time.
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
It's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Bruggen's out of his goal.